since you entered the league. And I want to show you the video. You kind of walk me through the punch-out and how you apply it. Talk me through this.
I think just trying to use my fist and strike down on the football is what's been most effective for me. And as you see in a lot of these clips, I'm in the chase. I'm in behind the running back and kind of looking down at the football and using my fist and striking down at it while securing the tackle with my left hand.
Did you talk to JJ about it? Because your hand usage, it looks almost like a defensive lineman.
I don't know if a lot of stuff comes just natural to me or if it's just from watching him that I just kind of knew what to do with my hands and just continue to just kind of ask questions from him. But did a lot of letting me just figure things out on my own, which I really respect to him to not just force feed me everything and kind of let me figure stuff out the hard way as well.
Good luck, brother. Good luck, brother. Logan. You know, how you roll in Pittsburgh, PA, there's a great history and lineage of linebackers. And when I ask you about the linebacker history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay, TJ?
All right. I hope I do well.
All right, here we go. Who has the most sacks in Steelers history?
James Harrison.
James Harrison. Ding, ding, ding.
I got one right.
Here's one. Here we go. Who has the most interceptions by a linebacker in Steelers history? And I hint, he's an outside linebacker back in the 70s.
Jack Ham.
Penn State. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, you did. Here we go. You just broke the record for most sacks by a Steeler in the first 4 seasons. Whose record did you break?
Greg Lloyd.
No. Lamar Woodley.
Lamar Woodley.
Okay, that's all right. When people ask me about TJ Watt, they said, who does he remind you of? Well, I'll tell you, there was a linebacker back in 1996. In 14 games, he had 13 sacks. Who is this linebacker? He had 13 sacks, TJ, in 14 games.
Chad Brown.
Chad Brown. Did somebody whisper that to you?
No, I'm the only one in the room. Nobody whispered it to me.
Good luck on Sunday. Wishing you nothing but the best.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure sitting down and talking with you.
You know, the one thing about TJ, you talked about going against Lamar Jackson, the discipline that you have to have, not just in the rush lanes, but when they do that read option, there's a mesh point in there. And you just wonder today, with the rain being out there, could there be a chance for that mesh point to get messed up? So look for turnovers to be a big part of this.
You know, two things. I was going to say two things, Coach. Number one, very good objective interview. And number two, you're no Steve Harvey or Alex Trebek, I can tell you that. And Phil, you know what it's like playing in a game like this as a quarterback versus these two defense.
Sure, I do, Boomer Esiason. And Bill Cowher, I love how you yelled at TJ Watt. It's a new technique. I got to learn that. But they're the head coaches. And guys that never get any publicity for the Steelers defense, which is very good, is Stephon Tuitt, plays on the defensive end, along with Cam Hayward and Tyson Alualu. They set everything up for the linebackers, stop the run, and allow those linebackers to run free.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the mesh point and him being able to get that ball out. I believe that more defenders are going to be taught that way. The old school big shot, it's over because they're trying to protect players. You wrap up with one hand, punch it out with the other. Let's see if they can get some turnovers.
Peanut Tillman started this back with the Chicago Bears.
Peanut punch.
Peanut punch.
And the NFL Today picks are presented by Allstate. The question is, this isn't rhetorical like Phil. Who will protect home field today? I'm taking the specials. I'm taking the Denver Broncos over the Los Angeles Chargers.
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers underdogs over the Baltimore Ravens.
I remember playing with a third-string quarterback. The team played better than we have all season. I'm going with Dallas over Philadelphia.
Hey, you know, Phil's got 4 in a row, by the way. Go ahead. I am taking the Pittsburgh Steelers with Coach. Huge game for Lamar Jackson today. And we'll kick off just a few minutes away. I want to give you credit for having 4. Did you hear that, Bill? I heard 1 in a row. And with that in mind, Nate,
We're going to get you right out to your game. Next!
You push the limits. You defy convention. You turn every ask into an answer. The Ram Rebel, Ram Double Wagon, and the all-new Ram 1500 TRX. Why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. The power has shifted.
Now during Ram Power Days, get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2020 Ram 1500.
Save 50% when you pay per mile with Allstate. Pay less when you drive less. You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
Let's take a call.
Tony, my fantasy team's up by 40, and all my opponent has left is his kicker. You guys know what that means? It's live time! Live time! Something down to find your team Blue Beach.
WeatherTech floor liners for mom and dad. Their pet feeding system for Scruffy. Oh, and cup phone for Aunt Barb to secure her phone in her car. Hey, how did it go?
Shopping is so tough. We'll start yours.
Well done.
Make your holiday shopping easy at WeatherTech.com.
When there's work to be done, your most powerful tool is the Home Depot app. Bring styles to life with just a few taps. And find a replacement in a snap. Get a second opinion in just a second. And when you can't drop what you're doing, we'll drop it off for you. Download the Home Depot app today and start bringing your vision to life. Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Today's the day. You know that feeling you woke up with? Those butterflies don't ever go away.
But you have a plan. You were ready. Now execute it. November 3rd, Election Day.
We're counting on you to do your part and vote.
At our stadiums across the country that are now polling places.
Or your local polling place around the corner. One player can make a difference. We need every player on our roster for this election.
Vote today. Vote.
NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Ram Truck. Built to serve.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. And now Amazon takes you out to the sights and sounds of the game between the Steelers and the Ravens. Let's get you out to Baltimore with our announcers, Jim Nance, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson.
JP, it's a true rivalry. Yes, indeed. The toughest team wins. What a game it's going to be here. First place in the AFC North on the line. The undefeated Steelers, the last unbeaten team, taking on the two-time defending AFC North champion, Baltimore Ravens. Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. Look forward to presenting this game to you. And yes, you look back since the Ravens came here to Charm City. That rivalry in the regular season, look how closely matched it is. Separated by a grand total of 7 points aggregate. It's just amazing. You know, a year ago, Baltimore swept the games, Tony, the two against Pittsburgh. Steelers were without Roethlisberger for those games, but this is as good as it gets.
It is, and you talk about it.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are once again on the road this afternoon against the Baltimore Ravens. Thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions play-by-play. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. That thumbs up button. Share as well. Hashtag NFL. Chat questions and comments. Super chats. Super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. As well. Cleveland Browns will host the Oakland Raiders on Fox in my area as well. So live reactions, play-by-play of Raiders, Browns, along with Steelers and Ravens in the AFC North as first place is officially on the line. Pittsburgh, the last unbeaten team in the NFL this year at 6-0, coming off a road win against the Tennessee Titans last Sunday. Baltimore with one loss on a Monday night, late September, at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. So Steelers, Ravens coming up next, live right here on YouTube. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96. Game officially on CBS. It is the national game of the week for the company, as they have, hello friends, Jim Nance and former Dallas Cowboy quarterback Tony Romo on the call before Pittsburgh takes on those boys down in Big D. Next Sunday, the Pittsburgh Steelers will face off versus the Baltimore Ravens. For the first time over the next month, they'll play on Thanksgiving night in the Steel City as well. So over the next few games, 2 matchups against Baltimore in what could decide the division. Loser, of course, more so than not, probably going to be one of the 3 wild cards. in the AFC playoffs come playoff time in January. But today, Pittsburgh and Baltimore will renew their rivalry. Throw the records out the window. Pittsburgh 6-0, Baltimore 5-1, coming off a bye week last week. Today was actually supposed to be Pittsburgh's original bye. This game was supposed to be played last week, but because Pittsburgh got an early bye a month ago when they were supposed to face off versus the Tennessee Titans on October the 4th, that game was then, of course, pushed back until last week. The Raven game from last week gets pushed to today before they go to Dallas next week to take on the Cowboys. I'll have live reactions play of that game as well next weekend, so be sure to tune in live right here on YouTube. Next weekend's schedule, Thursday night football, Packers 49ers. Saturday, it'll be Penn State hosting Maryland, and then next Sunday, Steelers Cowboys. All live right here on YouTube, so be sure to hit that red subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Links in the description below for social media. So coming up next, Raiders, Browns, along with Steelers and Ravens, but throw the records out the window. It's going to be an old school smash mouth type of football game. Run heavy offenses. Mark Ingram out for the Baltimore Ravens this afternoon, so rookie running back out of Ohio State, J.K. Dobbins, look for him to get a lot of carries along with Gus Edwards from the bench warmers. But Ben Roethlisberger and Lamar Jackson going to face off for the first time ever, as last year when these two teams met up, Ben Roethlisberger was out with a season-ending elbow injury that he's, of course, since returned from, and probably, honestly, playing some of the best football he's played in his Hall of Fame illustrious career that's awarded him 2 Lombardi trophies as well. But nonetheless, speaking of Roethlisberger and Lamar Jackson, run-heavy offenses with James Conner and now J.K. Dobbins with Mark Ingram out. What quarterback's going to make more plays? Yeah, you look at that on paper, credit Lamar Jackson. However, with Ben playing damn well this season, the Steelers are 6-0 for a reason. Something's got to give. It's going to be 17-13, 17-10. I think everyone's expecting a high-scoring affair with how high-powered both of these offenses are. But run-heavy offenses, weather's going to be a factor, at least in the first half with the rain, as they're down in Baltimore at M&T Bank. And as Cleveland's about ready to kick off with the Raiders in Rock and Roll USA, that's on Fox. Steelers, Ravens on CBS. And then a little bit later on, we got some other good 4 o'clock matchups. Sunday night football, Cowboys, Eagles, Monday night, tomorrow night, Bucks, Giants. Coming up at halftime, as always, we'll get into the rest of the NFL this week with some first half stats and scores from around the league, so stay tuned for those. But yeah, credit on paper to Lamar Jackson with what quarterback's going to make more plays with how good he is at throwing and running the football, being a dual-threat quarterback. But Ben has actually tucked it and run a few times so far this year, but you got to have a good running game. You got to be able to block up front, first off. All starts up front, battle in the trenches. Whoever wins the line of scrimmage is probably going to win this game. And we saw that last night in a contest in college football, but last time, actually, now that I bring that up, that since Penn State hosted Ohio State last night, and the Buckeyes were victorious over the Nittany Lions, the last time Ohio State visited Penn State in 2018, the next day, the Steelers and Ravens met. Baltimore blew out Pittsburgh. So, Ohio State's won now 4 in a row against Penn State. J.K. Dobbins going to get the start for the Ravens today. OSU alum. Baltimore 2-0. They swept Pittsburgh last year because Ben was out for the season by that point. Pittsburgh really didn't have good quarterback play. But Ben's back. First meeting with Roethlisberger and Jackson. Coming up next, live right now on CBS, live right here on YouTube from M&T Bank in Baltimore. John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, 2 Super Bowl winning head coaches. Both offenses high-powered, like I was saying. But Ben, in my eyes at least, especially the way Chase Claypool and then you insert James Washington and Ray McLeod, especially into special teams as well, I feel as Pittsburgh has a slight edge in weapons for Ben to get the ball to downfield. Too deep at tight ends for both of these teams, so keep an eye out for that position. But then, of course, as well, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty late in the game, what defense is going to bend but doesn't break? So something's got to give. It's an old-school rivalry, one of the best, if not the best, in all of football in the NFL. So they'll meet today. They'll meet on Thanksgiving night as well. So we'll see what happens today and then move forward towards Dallas, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, and then Baltimore to close out the month of November as we're entering November here today. So once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. But I just have a feeling the way Ben's been playing, he's going to be making a few more plays than Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to be shocked whatsoever if Lamar Jackson goes out and shows out and shows the league that, hey, I'm still around. We're coming off a bye, really haven't been playing that well, but we're still 5-1. And credit to them for that. They lost on a Monday night, like I said, late September against the Kansas City Chiefs. And Kansas City's since lost as well. Pittsburgh, the only remaining undefeated team in the National Football League at 6-0. Tough 3-game stretch, though, on the road that began last week in Tennessee against the Titans. And surprisingly, they almost blew it, yes, but they were ahead for most of that game as they controlled the clock, one-time possession. We'll see if they can do the same today on the road, but after a week 1 game on the road, 4 straight home games, now the second of 3 consecutive away games that began last week in Tennessee against the Titans, Baltimore today against the Ravens before taking on the Dallas Cowboys next week. So Pittsburgh won the toss, deferred their option in the second half. Chris, the Wizard of Boswell, on to kickoff. Baltimore back deep to receive, and we'll have a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Ravens from the 25-yard line. Left to right across your television screen, ready on auto dial. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions play-by-play. Steelers, Ravens in the National Football League here this afternoon, November the 1st, 2020. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. That thumbs up button once more. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag Steelers, hashtag Ravens. Chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. Raiders and Browns about to kick off as well on the shores of Lake Erie, as it seems like weather is going to be a factor in Cleveland this afternoon as well. Rain, rain, rain all over. Snowing in Green Bay, raining in the Mid-Atlantic Northeast region. Tua Tagovailoa is getting his first career NFL start today. That's actually a low-key, underrated matchup with the Rams and Dolphins as they are about ready to kick off as well. A lot of good 1 o'clock games today, and then, like I was saying, with the schedule, some good 4 o'clock games as well in a few short hours. Sunday Night Football, Cowboys, Eagles, Monday night, Bucks, and Giants. Jackson on 1st and 10, handed off, and a 4-yard pickup on the first play of the ball game. So now 2nd and 6, a bubble screen, top of your screen, incomplete. That was intended for Devin Duvernay, rookie out of Austin, Texas. Hook 'em, they beat K-State yesterday. So incomplete, 3rd down and 6. Duvernay had a kickoff return for a touchdown against those Kansas City Chiefs in that only Raven loss on a Monday night in September. He's played well so far here in 2020 during the campaign, but a complete drop on the bubble screen. So that brings up now 3rd and 6 for the Baltimore Ravens. Jackson in the gun, empty set, looking to throw over the middle. It's going to be picked off by, that's Robert Spillane, who's filling in for Devin Bush, who's out for the season with an injury, and a pick 6 on the 3rd play of the ball game. Touchdown Steelers. 3rd play of the game last night. Ohio State up 6-0 on the road against Penn State. 3rd play of the game today. Robert Spillane, a pick 6 off of Lamar Jackson, a former Heisman Trophy winner out of Louisville. And he goes about 30 yards or so for a touchdown. Pick six, a defensive score for Pittsburgh early on, not even a minute into the ball game, and Boswell's on for an extra point. Couldn't have asked for a better start for the black and gold on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. 7-0 Pittsburgh with 14:06 to play in the opening quarter. And Pittsburgh hasn't even been on offense yet. Defense stepping up, making plays early on. Lamar Jackson's first interception that was returned for a touchdown in his NFL career. That's regular and postseason. Good stat right there. Courtesy of CBS. 823 attempts, I do believe it was. But Spillane just sat there in the middle of the field and then jumped the route. Pass was intended for Duvernay once again, if I'm not mistaken, on a little curl, and he cut right in front of him. And 41 Robert Spillane, who 2 weeks ago came in for Devin Bush, who went down with an injury. And then last week against the Tennessee Titans, stopped Derrick Henry right at the goal line and basically saved the game. And now today, a pick six off of Lamar Jackson as Jackson talks it over with an assistant coach along with the RG3 and Trace McSorley, who are his backup quarterbacks. So Pittsburgh, for the second time in 54 seconds on to kick off with a 7-0 lead and another touchback. And Baltimore is going to once again begin at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10, now down by 7. Couldn't have asked for a better start for Pittsburgh, especially on the road. Rivalry game against the Ravens, like, come on. Take this anytime, anywhere. Fox for Raiders, Browns. CBS for Steelers, Ravens. Yes, you should be for that last question, as all NFL games are on that. Over the middle, it's caught at the 40-yard line. And that's Miles Boykin, former Golden Domer from South Bend, Indiana. They got a big one next week against Clemson. But a first down, Baltimore. I thought that was picked off again, as Edmonds and Joe Hayden were on the coverage. I thought Hayden jumped the route there and came down with it. But now 1st and 10 for Baltimore from the 39. And then Gus Edwards for about 4 yards, 2nd down and 6 again for the Baltimore Ravens. We'll take a look around the league here coming up shortly with some first half stats and scores, so stay tuned. Thank you once again for tuning in and watching. Yes, Steelers, Ravens on CBS, along with Raiders and Browns in my area, at least on Fox, as they're now underway as well. About 4 or so minutes in. Raiders football, 2nd down and 6 from the 23-yard line. Cleveland coming off a road one against the Bengals. And then the Raiders lost at home against Brady and the Bucs. That's a drop by Darren Waller on a play-action rollout far side from Derek Carson. 3rd down for the Raiders as the silver and black are taking on Baker's Browns. It was 2nd and 6 for Baltimore. Jackson handed off once again to Gus Edwards, and about a yard lost or so on that play, so 3rd down and 7. Another empty set for Baltimore on 3rd down. We know what happened last time. It was a pick 6. Pittsburgh brings pressure. Jackson eludes the sack. Stephon Tuitt chasing him down. And then Minkah Fitzpatrick, along with Cam Hayward, are going to make the stop only after a pickup of 1. However, there is a late flag, and this is going to be against Pittsburgh. And Minkah and Cam Hayward, along with the rest of the Steeler defense, not happy about that whatsoever. That's a questionable call, honestly. As that wasn't really a late hit by any means, but they threw the flag. We'll see if they keep it, and it'll be a 15-yard automatic 1st down for a late hit out of bounds, or if they pick up the flag. That's really nothing. And that's a third down stop. Pittsburgh forcing a punt, but they're going to keep the flag. It'll be personal foul, necessary roughness on Pittsburgh. 15 yards, automatic first down for the Baltimore Ravens. So the Ravens are going to keep the ball. In the meantime, the Raiders with a field goal. Snap was good, hold all right, but weather a factor, and it hooked right at the last second and doinked off the left upright. So missed field goal by the Vegas Raiders on the road on their opening drive, so still tied at 0 with the Raiders and Browns. We'll get to see Baker and company without Odell Beckham Jr. coming up next. And then Pittsburgh with a 7-0 lead, 11:50 and counting to play in the opening quarter, 1st and 10. Baltimore from the 42 after that 15-yard penalty. Out of the pistol, Lamar Jackson going to hand off. And J.K. Dobbins with about a 4.5, 5-yard run there. It'll be second down and medium.
They can run that play just straight downhill. Get 4, 5 yards. It sets up everything else. That's where the play action comes from, because now you got to get that internal pressure. Vince Williams, right through the middle.
2nd and 6 officially.
If they cannot run that play, Baltimore, it'll be hard today.
Ball 38, Baltimore driving. Once again out of the pistol. Tight end in motion near side. Fake the give. Jackson with a sidearm. Incomplete to his fullback. However, another penalty flag. And a false start. Legal formation on the Raven offense. Yeah, Pittsburgh's going to decline it. It was incomplete. They'll keep 3rd and 6 rather than replay 2nd down. Or they will take the 5 yards. They'll replay 2nd down. So 2nd and 11 for the Baltimore Ravens with 11 minutes on the dot to play in the first. Pittsburgh with a 7-0 lead after a pick 6 from Robert Spillane off of Lamar Jackson. 3rd play of the ball game. What a start by Pittsburgh. What a start by both Kansas City and Green Bay. Early 7-0 leads as well against the Jets and Vikings, respectively. Le'Veon Bell facing his old team. Willie Snead on the reception, and he picks up a big first down inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Baltimore. Coming back from a commercial break as well on Fox with Raiders and Browns. And snap was pretty good. Hold as well. It looked like it was going to go right down the middle. And then with the weather, it hooked right at the last second and doinked off the left upright. No good. So Cleveland gets the ball 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Baker going to be under center. Nick Chubb still out with an injury, so fake to give to Kareem Hunt. Baker rolling out and completely misses his receiver. Higgins incomplete. Jackson going to keep it, and he picks up about 2 yards on the run. 2nd and goal.
This rush defense of the Steelers has faced a challenge the last couple of weeks. Make it 3 weeks in a row. They had Cleveland 2 weeks back when Cleveland came as a #1 rush offense in the league and held them to 75 yards. They took on Derrick Henry last week. They held him 42 yards below his season average.
Baker on a rollout. He's going to pick up 1st down, it looks like. Baltimore 2nd and goal. Trailing by 7 against the Steelers. Jackson, I don't know what the hell he was doing there, and he gets absolutely drilled at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 3rd down and goal. They were just discussing Pittsburgh stopping in the past 2 games, the top rushing attacks in the NFL with Cleveland and Tennessee. We'll see if they can do the same today on the road against Baltimore. But it's going to be run heavy today with Pittsburgh and Baltimore, with the way both these teams have been running the ball this year, and as of late over the past few years for that matter. But then also the weather playing a factor. We haven't seen Pittsburgh on offense yet, even though they have a 7-0 lead. A pick 6 off the interception, and then Jackson airing it out pretty well on this drive. Touchdown to Miles Boykin. So the Ravens are an extra point away from Justin Tucker tying it up at 7 apiece with 8:44 to play now in the first. Drive continued after that penalty. Pittsburgh had him 3 and out again. Baltimore would have punted. Pittsburgh get the ball, but 15 yards on the late hit out of bounds. Drive continues, and then Jackson, a few big passing plays and a touchdown to his credit to close it out. And Justin Tucker's extra point now officially up and good. So Baltimore ties it up at 7 apiece, as the Steelers and Ravens are tied at 7 with 8:44 to play in the first quarter. Thank you once again for tuning in and watching my live reactions play-by-play live right here on YouTube. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports School Hand Week 96. As always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Scroll down, check those out. The thumbs up button, share as well. Hashtag NFL. Chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. So, Steelers, Ravens. What quarterback's going to make more plays? Well, we haven't seen Roethlisberger yet, but Jackson with his arm. Yes, he has a pick 6, but they get out of that slump, get right back up on their feet. A few big passing plays on that last drive, and a touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson and Miles Boykin to tie it up at 7. So Jackson, of course, leading that category now in my eyes. I think anybody can agree with that. But Pittsburgh, like I just said, hasn't been on offense yet, so we don't know what the Steelers offense is going to be capable of this afternoon. But block up front, run the damn ball with Connor, along with Benny Snell, who had a touchdown last week against Tennessee, and then Anthony Tony McFarland, the rookie back out of Maryland. So 2 deep tight ends, like I said, with both Pittsburgh and Baltimore. You got Eric Ebron, who's been stepping up as of late. Vance Ron McDonald as well. And then with Baltimore, Mark Andrews and Nick Boyle out of Oklahoma and Delaware, respectively. I mean, come on. Baltimore's offense, with Lamar Jackson at the quarterback position, they've been one of the best offenses over the past few years. I mean, hell, they led and broke an NFL record last year in rushing yards. So, when you have a two-headed or a trio at the backfield position, and you're running the ball along with Lamar Jackson as your quarterback, as you know, the game of football has turned into an RPO type of offense. Your quarterback has to be able to throw and run to make plays, which I understand. But then you also have Big Ben Roethlisberger, who's nearing 2 decades in the league. He's won 2 Super Bowls. You know, he's your 6'5", 240-plus pound quarterback, you know, who's going to beat you deep for an 80-yard touchdown pass, you know, when you're not expecting it. But the rivalry does, in fact, continue. One of the best, if not the best, in all the NFL. I mean, they've met on holidays. They've met Sunday afternoon, Sunday after. Well, yeah, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night football, because if they would play Sunday evening, not Sunday night football, you know, the 4 o'clock hour, which they've done before too, they've met at any time in either city, of course, as their division rivals, and each team with a home and home year in and year out. So in Baltimore today, they'll play in Pittsburgh on Thanksgiving night. We got a flag on the kickoff return. We'll see the dirty laundry is from the Zebras, but here comes Big Ben Roethlisberger, number 7. And it'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh from, we'll see where they spot the ball depending on the penalty. Illegal block in the back on the return. 10 yards, 1st down, so we'll see where the foul occurred at. It'll be 10 yards from there. It looks like back around the 10-yard line. But they've met Sundays at 1 o'clock, Sundays at 4 o'clock, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night for that matter. Holidays, hell, with the year of 2020, they might meet on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or even a Friday or a Saturday for that matter, as we've seen the NFL shake up the schedule. But This game with Pittsburgh and Baltimore, it always comes down to the final drive. What defense lays going to bend but doesn't break. See what Pittsburgh now does on their opening drive on offense. 1st and 10 officially from the 16-yard line. Roethlisberger also out of the pistol. He's going to hand off James Conner, and he's going to lose about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. We're tied at 7. As, well, you might be asking yourself, why does Pittsburgh have 7 points? And this is their first time on offense. Their first play was the loss of a yard just right then and there. Well, they had a pick 6 against Lamar Jackson, and then Baltimore in their next drive scored and tied up at 7. So that's where we're at right now. 7 apiece with Pittsburgh and Baltimore here this afternoon. 2nd and 11 from the 15 now for the black and gold. Out of the gun, Ben Roethlisberger looking to throw. It's going to be dropped near side at the 20-yard line by Eric Ebron. 3rd down and 11.
This is where I think it's, you see right there coming right up, but this is what they do. They just have a little out route. The ball comes out of the hands.
Another drop. I've seen way too many of those this season, along with injuries, missed kicks, and either missed calls on penalties or bad calls from the officials. 3rd down and 11, but it is 2020, so it is what it is. From the 15, 3rd and 11, 3 wide. Ben looking to throw. He's going deep down the far sideline. It's going to be incomplete, intended for James Washington, but they're going to get Marcus Peters on a defensive hold or defensive pass interference, and it's going to be an automatic 1st down for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. That's actually a good call. It'd be a spot foul. Pass interference. Spot foul. Automatic 1st down for Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's holding on to the back of his jersey. Yeah, that's a good call. So, 2 penalties against both defenses on a 3rd and long to allow the drives to continue. We'll see what Pittsburgh now does from the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, empty set, out of the gun. Ben over the middle on the slant, complete. Chase Claypool, 12 yards. Was it a catch? The ball comes out. Looks like Baltimore has it. So an early turnover, but was it a catch? Because if not, that's incomplete. It's 2nd and 10 from the 30. We got a scrum now. Good pile up. They say Baltimore has it. 1st and 10 Ravens. So an early turnover on the road by Pittsburgh. Not a good sign. Raiders on to punt. Yeah, that's a catch. He took like 5 steps. It was a good play. Good slant right at the 1st down marker for 10 yards. And then Chase Claypool trying to get a few extra yards on the 1st down just to be safe. And I mean, it wasn't his fault by any means. It was stripped out by the defender. And I mean, yeah, still his fault to an extent. You got to hold on to the ball a little bit better than that. But yeah, that's going to be a catch. That's going to be a fumble rather than just a straight incompletion. And Ravens recover. So commercial break. 1st and 10, Baltimore Ravens. We're tied at 7 with Pittsburgh and Baltimore here midway through the 1st quarter. But 1st and 10 Ravens when we return. So once again, thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions play of Steelers Ravens this afternoon. Like, follow, and subscribe on social media. The links in the description below.
We thought for sure that we were done, and this town said not today.
Double commercial break with the Raiders and Browns, along with the Ravens hosting the Steelers. If you hear any noise in the background, by any means, just some dogs barking, don't get worried. We got the next to last NASCAR race about to kick off as well from the hills of Virginia down in Martinsville. So we'll take a look at that 500 lap race. And then after the paperclip, though, we'll head out to the desert next Saturday and Sunday, respectively, for the Truck Series, Xfinity, and Cup Series to determine the 2020 NASCAR champions before the season will come to an end. And what a year it's been, honestly, for all these sports. Going back, starting January 1 on the calendar until now, November the 1st, and we got another 60 days or so until 2021 rolls around. Thanksgiving's in a few weeks, Christmas a month and a half away. Black Friday begins here shortly, but if it hasn't already for some places. But still, what a year it's been for sports and just everything in general. Hopefully everyone's staying safe. Thank you once again, though, for tuning in and watching, and hopefully you'll continue to stay safe moving forward. 1st and 10 from the 44. Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, out of the pistol once again, trying to capitalize off of the fumble by Pittsburgh. A 4-yard run for Gus Edwards. 2nd down and 6 for Baltimore with 7:38 to play and the opening quarter. We're tied at 7. Vikings and Packers also tied at 7 as they almost already near the end of the first quarter, under a minute to play there. They're playing in the snow in Green Bay at Lambeau Field. Once again, out of the pistol, Jackson going to hand off Gus Edwards on 2nd and 6. He's going to get about another 3 yards. So 3rd down and 3 to come for Baltimore. Jets cut it to 4 on the road against the Chiefs. Kansas City leads 7-3. Le'Veon Bell, as mentioned, facing his former team from the past year and a half. Former Steeler, of course, but now in Kansas City with the Chiefs. He made his debut last Sunday. In the meantime, we got an injured Baltimore Ravens, so they'll take a break. 3rd down and 3 when we return for Baltimore on offense. Tied at 7 against Pittsburgh here in the first quarter. Raiders and Browns also tied. However, they're tied at 0. Nothing's really gone on in Cleveland with the Raiders and Browns. 3rd and 1 for Baker in the offense from the 29. Fake the give, rolling out. Has his tight end in the flat. As David Njoku tries to hurdle a man at midfield. Picks up 1st down, though. Former Hurricane from South Beach. And 1st down, Cleveland Browns. So, I mean, both teams sort of, by the looks of it, have been able to move the ball, but the Raiders missed a field goal. And then the Cleveland's drives, as we've seen as of late, especially in the first half at least, for some reason they just continue to stall. Like, they just can't get over the hump. But they did last week. They came back on the road and beat the Bengals as they swept them this season. Beat them on a Thursday night, week 2, and then last Sunday in a shootout. And now Baker gets the Raiders to jump off sides, so that'll be an automatic 5-yard penalty, and it'll be 1st and 5 now for the Cleveland Browns. Encroachment on the Vegas Raiders. Actually, another good low-key, underrated matchup here in this 1 o'clock window. Game of the week has to be Steelers-Ravens. And then, like I said earlier, you have the Rams taking on the Dolphins. Tua making his first start. Came in late or 2 weeks ago. They were off last week. And then you got the Raiders on the road taking on the Browns. And last time these two teams met, of course, when they were still located in Oakland, that game was very close. Came down to the wire. They got some trash talk going on, but tied at 0 with the Raiders and Browns. We're tied at 7 with the Steelers and Ravens. 3rd down and 3 for Baltimore. Third and 3 out of the gun. Jackson gonna hand off. Nice little sweep near side. J.K. Dobbins. He's inside the 20 of the 15, out around the 12-yard line. 1st down, Baltimore, as they look to take their first lead this afternoon. Fans in the stands I'd say probably 15-20% capacity at M&T Bank in Baltimore. That's what it has been around the league if fans have been allowed in until, of course, back to 100% capacity whenever we do. But first and goal now for Baltimore from the 9-yard line. Out of the pistol, Jackson going to keep it, and no gain for him. Stuffed to the line of scrimmage. Touchdown Chiefs once again. They're now up 14-3. Lions lead the Colts 7-0. Yeah, Pittsburgh dealing with some injuries right now. Really, on offense there, their last drive before the fumble. Yeah, the penalty helped out, but they really couldn't get anything going, and then they had the fumble. But Baltimore, in the meantime, fumbles as well. We'll see who recovers this. I think Pittsburgh has it at the 4-yard line as Jackson, sort of passed it. I don't even know if that was an illegal pass by any means, but they say fumble.
Saving on homeowners insurance with Geico's help is pretty fun too. It's totally dosa. They left a ton of stuff up there.
Turnovers, a factor so far with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. 2 fumbles on back-to-back drives by both offenses.
You think that's a bad move?
So
you're saying I should go to Subway?
An interception and a fumble by Lamar Jackson early on. Pittsburgh with the fumble. Pittsburgh capitalized, of course, because it was a pick 6. Baltimore then drived and scored, tied at 7. Pittsburgh gets the ball for the first time on offense. Drive really wasn't going anywhere. Like I was saying, that penalty, of course, helped out, but then they fumbled. So Baltimore tries to capitalize. They get a first and goal after a big run by J.K. Dobbins. And one play later, a fumble by Lamar Jackson. We'll take a look if they did, in fact, or if they are looking at it right now, reviewing it, if it was an incomplete pass or fumble. It's right on the edge. It's one of those type of plays. But they rolled a fumble on the field. And it looks like it's going to be Steeler ball as they're already lined up. It'll be 1st and 10 Steelers from the 4-yard line. But Baltimore couldn't capitalize. So we'll see if Pittsburgh can capitalize once again on another Raven turnover to extend their lead. But just get the run game going. You really haven't had the ball on offense. It's sort of how Tennessee was last week at home against Pittsburgh, who controlled the time possession. Baltimore sort of doing the same, but Pittsburgh's defense helping out in the meantime, putting the Steeler offense in this situation. So it equals out for the time being. But just get the run game going. It's still early here in the first 5:12 to play in the opening quarter. We're tied at 7 as we come back from commercial break. 2nd and 9 for the Steelers. Yeah, see a replay of that. Yeah, Bud Dupree. Yeah, that's a fumble. He actually stripped the football right before Jackson was about to pass it. And yeah, and then the Steelers recovered at the 4-yard line. So 1st and 10, a yard run then by James Conner. 2nd and 9 for Pittsburgh. Ball at the 5, out of the gun. Ben standing on the goal line. Ebron in motion. You got Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, who's been banged up all season, but he's played well when he's in. Conner on the run right at the first down marker. We'll see if they give it to him. Might be 3rd and inches. They say 1st and 10, first down Steelers. And then you have James Washington and Ray McLeod's been playing well, especially on some trick plays and in the return game. And then tight end with Ebron, who had a drop on that last drive before they picked up the first down after the penalty and then the fumble. He's been playing well as of late too. And then Vance McDonald as well. They were banged up on the offensive line. They got through it. They're solid now from left to right across the board. First and 10 Steelers from the 14-yard line. Once again out of the gun. Ben going deep down the far sideline. Incomplete, intended for Chase Claypool, the rookie, also out of Notre Dame. So two former Notre Dame standouts at the wide receiver position facing off against one another here today. And one, in Miles Boykin, already has a touchdown reception for the Baltimore Ravens. However, Chase Claypool has been playing some damn good football so far this season during his rookie campaign. So, like I said earlier, something's got to give. It'll be 2nd and 10. Claypool motion now near side. Pittsburgh ball at the 14-yard line. Ben pump fakes, going to come back around near side, complete on the screen to James Conner. However, he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Actually might have lost about a half a yard or so. It'll be 3rd down and long for Pittsburgh. And Jimmy Smith on the stop for the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, good pressure by Baltimore so far here today. They have a few former All-Pro defensive linemen now on that front four. Play clock winding down. We'll see if Pittsburgh calls a timeout. 2-1. Ben gets it off right at the last second. They're just going to run a halfback draw on 3rd and 10 to James Conner. He's going to pick about 3, maybe 4 yards or so, but it'll be 4th down. Pittsburgh's going to punt. So, once again, really not able to get anything going on offense here early on. So, the defense, by the looks of it, going to have to keep them in this game for the time being. I mean, they have so far. Pick 6. So they have the points. At least they're not down by 7. They're tied at 7 with Baltimore on the road. So, still a long game. Still a lot of football to be played, but got to find some rhythm and momentum on offense and build off of that. Get the run game going. Connor's, up and down all over the place. However, he's had a few consecutive 100-yard rushing games, so, it's like there's no in between sometimes, but it is what it is. Something's got to give. They'll figure something out, hopefully. Get to lucky number 7 in the record books with a 7-0 record with a win today, but with 2:15 to play in the opening quarter, Pittsburgh on the road tied at 7 with the Baltimore Ravens. So another commercial break, and after the punt, Ravens will have it 1st and 10 when we return. So, I mean, basically they're still starting from scratch, trying to find that run game. Air it out. I mean, that pass to Claypool that he fumbled on was a good pass by Ben. It was a good catch by Claypool. And then he fumbled because he got it stripped out. And, I mean, the rest is history, of course. Neither team then could capitalize off of turnovers because Baltimore fumbled, as Pittsburgh, did a play earlier. And Pittsburgh then punts. So there's not really a difference. I mean, Baltimore's had the ball a few more times, and the clock's going to show that. But Pittsburgh's defense needs to get off the field, and Pittsburgh's offense, in the meantime, has to take some time off the clock and have that equal itself out to be balanced as best as possible and potentially try to extend the lead. But defense, once again, back out on the field. And, I mean, the only reason why that is because Pittsburgh won the toss, deferred the option in the second half. They kicked off, pick 6 on the 3rd play of the game. Kickoff, defense right back out on the field, and then, it's been back and forth, since. I mean, hell, Pittsburgh didn't touch the ball on offense until midway through the quarter. And now, with 5 minutes gone by since then, they've had it twice on offense, and a total of maybe 10 plays or so, and a fumble and a punt. So, like I said earlier, expecting beat 1 because of the weather, 2 with normally how these teams play, it's always close. Like I said, 17-13, 17-10, something like that, old school, ground and pound, smash mouth football. We're going to hit you in the face, and, if you like it, okay, we're going to, keep going at you. If not, well, stop us. and whatever happens, happens. So here we are, 1st and 10, Baltimore from the 48-yard line. Once again, out of the pistol. That's Baltimore's go-to formation. However, they audible out of that now, go to the gun. And they're getting the run game going here early on. Gus Edwards on the give once again. He's going to get about 6 yards or so. It'll be 2nd down. But yeah, Baltimore running the ball extremely well here so far in the first quarter. And Gus Edwards, past few minutes, has turned into the go-to number 1 back for the easing him in midway through the season. 2nd and 4 for Baltimore out of the pistol. Jackson going to go deep. He pump fakes, actually, and then he's going to tuck it and run. And he's going to pick up a 1st down. 1st down, Baltimore Ravens, before he runs out of bounds.
I'll tell you, this is really outstanding coaching by Pittsburgh, because they know this dive play, they like to go here and throw the in-cut. We just showed you. So what they do is they have the safety in the corner. Both guard the same guy. If he comes in, I got him. Most teams, the corner's guarding him, right? The safety's out in the middle of the field. What an adjustment from the first.
Hours ago, signed a 5-year extension for $112 million.
Another injury for Baltimore. It's Ronnie Stanley, who, as Jim Nance just alluded to, signed an extension just a few days ago, as he's the top lineman for Baltimore on offense. He's the top O lineman. He's going to be sticking around,
Well, that's just fine, considering the Rogers rate isn't real.
but not today, as he goes down with an injury.
Look, there are no strings. Here's the
As
deal. State Farm offers every
Jackson went down a sack at midfield, there was a small pile. The refs rolled him down before he threw it. Still would have been incomplete anyway. It wouldn't have been a fumble, but Pittsburgh had it. But incomplete. It'll be, I believe, 3rd down, but a scary injury for Ronnie Stanley, as they're looking at his left leg. And he gets chop blocked from behind by T.J. Watt as he was trying to take down Jackson on the sack. Spins around. T.J. Watt's back goes right into the back of the left knee of Ronnie Stanley. And now they're bringing out the cart, so not a good sign. Did something to his knee. Torn ACL, torn MCL, torn PCL, for that matter, maybe even a sports comp. Way too many injuries this year in the NFL, and just by the looks of that, not good. Now Lamar Jackson not going to have his blind side, as Michael, the blind side himself, yes, did in fact play for the Ravens for quite some time, but Ronnie Stanley today with an injury. That's 2 offensive linemen down, out, and injured for the Ravens in the first quarter today. So if I'm Pittsburgh on defense, I bring pressure up those gaps, left tackle, and then I believe it was the right guard, if I'm not mistaken. But just amp up, the pressure from your front 7. Maybe even bring a few corner or safety blitzes off the edge, and get after Jackson. But you don't want to go too far and then have him beat you with his legs, tuck it and run, and then 50 yards here, 50 yards there for a score. So a long timeout here with the injury, as mentioned, we're bringing the card out for him. So we'll get back to the action shortly, but it was a sack by Pittsburgh on Lamar Jackson on the previous play. So that streak now continues once again. Pittsburgh 60-plus games with at least 1 sack. So they put his leg in an air cast. Ronnie Stanley being carted off. And won't be shocked if he's going to be done now for the season. But of course, don't know the severity of it at this point in time. But it'll be second and 18 for Baltimore on offense with 40 seconds and counting in the first quarter. We're still tied at 7 with Pittsburgh and Baltimore this afternoon. Out of the pistol again, Jackson looking to throw. Over the middle, it's incomplete, intended for Mark Andrews. Third down, 18. Colts tied up at 7 in Motown, taking on the Lions.
And that's right now. You have a couple guys down, and you're going to find one of these 4 guys is going to get home, especially when they send the internal pressure I talked about earlier. All that does is make it one-on-one across 5 offensive linemen. You send Vince Williams in the middle, guess what? Everyone's one-on-one, and someone's going to beat their guy quickly.
They had 2 linemen put on inactive. Not make the game list.
Third and 18 from the 49 for Baltimore. Jackson's going to get hit as he lets it go. It's going to be caught, only for about a few yards or so. Mark Andrews comes down with it. Still 4th down. Quarter's going to run out before they punt. So at the end of 1, Pittsburgh and Baltimore tied at 7. 7 apiece with the Steelers and Ravens. And to begin quarter 2, Baltimore's going to have a 4th and about 15. They'll punt. Pittsburgh going to get the ball back on offense. We'll see what the Steelers offense can do. Still basically starting from scratch. They really haven't done a whole lot on offense on their 2 drives. Really haven't been able to move the ball. Only played about, on offense at least, 10 or so plays, I'm thinking. I haven't looked at the stats by any means just yet, but still, just by the looks of it, how this game's gone, offensively, Baltimore's by far leading Pittsburgh. But the Steelers defense, yeah, they're out in the field a lot. Need to get off the field, make some stops. We're still tied at 7, still early. But, something's got to give late, you would think at least. I mean, it normally always does. But, at least the defense keeping them in this game for the time being, but the offense needs to figure something out. And, hopefully on this next drive or, sometime soon before halftime, because, it's just how the Steelers are normally. They'll play well or decent in the first, if not do anything at all, and then, mid-second quarter, right before halftime, they'll gain some momentum, potentially score, and then build off of that into the second half and, take control from there. So, we'll see what happens here, but just get the run game going with Connor. I mean, really haven't seen Snell or McFarland as of yet. Tony going back to Maryland, where he plays college park for the Terps. Now in Baltimore against the Ravens for the first time in his career. It'll be the second time in about 4 weeks or so on Thanksgiving. But get the run game going, open up play action, take a few deep shots, which they have with Ben. Of course, haven't been able to execute those by any means as of yet, but Pittsburgh's got to get something going on offense. Baltimore running the ball 10 times better. Baltimore playing better overall, running and passing, but they have the few turnovers with the interception and fumble, and Pittsburgh was able to capitalize off the pick 6, of course. So we're tied at 7 at the end of 1. Baltimore on to punt to begin the second quarter, 4th and 15. Steelers about to get the ball back. And the Steelers are going to field it. Ray McLeod at the 10-yard line before getting pushed out of bounds around 14 for number 14 on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from there. 25th regular season meeting today with Baltimore and Pittsburgh with John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin at the helm. That's most since 1970. Most games between head coaches in regular season NFL history. They are third behind George Halas and Curly Lambeau. And then Lambeau with the Packers up against the Giants. That just shows you how good this rivalry has been since 2007 and then 2008, respectively. And they've met a few times in the playoffs, too, going back to what I was saying earlier. These teams have met at basically every time slot they could potentially fill. Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday night, even the playoffs. But today, at 1 o'clock, just beginning the second quarter, as the Rams and Dolphins are tied at 7, the Steelers and Ravens are also tied at 7. Second and 6 from the 19, empty set out of the gun. Ben complete to Eric Ebron, pick up a 7 yards, first down Steelers. Now our first update of the afternoon, it's Tua Tagovailoa. First career passing touchdown for him, rookie out of Alabama. The Dolphins tied up at 7 at home against the LA Rams. Miami 11-2 all time against the Rams, whether of course they were in St. Louis or Los Angeles, back in LA now. Bad snap from Pouncey to Ben, but Ben gets it. Pass over the middle complete on the slant to Chase Claypool. Doesn't fumble this time around, picks up about 6 yards. It'll be second down for Pittsburgh. 13:20 to play here before halftime. Officially 7 yards on the game, 2nd and 3. From the 33, 2nd and 3, 3 wide, and trips top your screen over the middle on the slant. Incomplete. Intended for Jalen Samuels, a Swiss Army knife type of running back that Pittsburgh has an offense, who really hasn't played a whole lot this year. Lost his spot with them drafting McFarland in the draft back in April. And then, still having James Conner and Benny Snell. Yeah, you still got to catch that. It would have been a first down. Samuel's going to stay in the ball game. He's in his third year, I do believe, out of NC State. He's played well, but just really hasn't played a whole lot this year. But they're giving him a shot here again to potentially see what he's got. NFL trade deadline on Tuesday, so we could see some moves from around the league. Pass from Roethlisberger to James Washington, incomplete on 3rd down and 3. So 4th down, and Pittsburgh on the punt once again. Ben was a little high on that pass, a little behind Washington as well, just a little off. So, incomplete. And Jordan Berry once again on to punt after they cut him at the end of training camp, brought in Dustin Colquitt from Kansas City. Released Dustin Colquitt before the Titan game last week, brought back Jordan Berry, so Jordan Berry on to punt, fair catch by Baltimore. They'll have a 1st and 10 when we return. Tied at 7 once again with the Steelers and Ravens. Browns lead the Raiders 3-0. Raiders, though, have a 1st and 10 from the 10. And no pickup on the run. Josh Jacobs from Alabama. Crimson Tide, a shutout win last night against Mississippi State. That's some good college football yesterday. We're going to have some better college football, I think, now, though, next week. Top 25 about to come out here in a few short minutes, but still a long season course with both college and the NFL for that matter. Your season is not decided in, the first few weeks of the season. For the NFL at least, it's 16 games in 17 weeks, and then expanded playoffs now, so we'll have to see how that goes. Just more football overall. until, of course, it all settles itself out and we get Super Bowl 55. But then with college football, all these conferences playing different amount of games. We'll see how everything shakes out there, but still a long season. Teams who are winless, aka the Jets or whoever at the college level, as there's, of course, more than a few that are undefeated or even record-wise or winless. That, of course, at some point, they'll get their first win or continue to win or lose for the first time, whatever the case may be, because it's a long season. So that's why they play the games. Side on paper, side on the field, and once these games are in fact played, may the best team win, and hopefully it'll be a good game in the process. So trust the process, and hopefully Pittsburgh on offense, once they get the ball back, and do something. Defense going to have to keep them in this game, it seems like, moving forward. We're tied at 7, and we're about ready to come back from this commercial break. It'll be 1st and 10 Ravens from the 20-yard line, it looks like. 12:42 to play in the first half. Out of the gun is Lamar Jackson, won a Heisman Trophy at Louisville. Last pick in the first round a few years back. In the same draft, same quarterback group as Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Sam Darnold. He hands off to Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards, a big first down run for the Ravens out close to midfield, so first down Baltimore. In the meantime, the Raiders with a close call, however, not a touchdown. Caught, 1 foot in, and then left foot might have been in. That's close. We'll see if they look at it. No, that's incomplete. Toes out of bounds. Far side. Back of the end zone. And, well, they're going to take a commercial break there. They'll look at it in the meantime. Drew's playing for the review with a Raiders potential touchdown. If not, they'll come on for a field goal, it looks like, because else they're down, so 4th down to come afterwards, of course, if it's going to stand. And then, they missed a field goal earlier, so we'll see if they can get some points to tie it up at 3. But 2nd and 4 now for the Ravens. J.K. Dobbins, big first down run for him as well, out past midfield. So first down, Baltimore.
I'm sorry. Bucks has to get across there, and that's the part where you miss that, because this team, they can move you. One guy's late, the whole defense doesn't really work together quite the same.
37 out of the pistol. Willie Snead in motion. Jackson going to hand off. And Dobbins once again for 3 yards. 2nd down and about 7.
Greg Roman credit. Great job. Now they're starting to adjust this inside running game and use it just a little bit different, where they're changing responsibility, Jim. So remember earlier we talked about, there's Greg Roman, offensive coordinator for Baltimore, bringing a lot of the stuff we do with Kaepernick over here with Lamar Jackson, and they know all these little rules to it, so they've adjusted, man.
They've already got over 100 yards on the ground,
which is shocking against this defense, right?
Yeah, Pittsburgh brought it up earlier. Past 2 weeks, they were able to stop the run. Today, not so much. Jackson going to keep it. Picks up about 15 yards on our first down for the Ravens, and they're marching on downfield, trying to take a lead.
They've been waiting over and over. It's just a dive, right? Just a dive. We're just going to hand the ball right up the middle. Whose responsibility is to take the quarterback?
Defense on the field way too much, and the offense can't do anything.
And remember, Watt kept showing you, go right to the quarterback. Him and Dupree's job.
Somebody's got to step up and make a play. I don't care who it is, somebody step the hell up, next man up mentality, and make a play. 1st and 10, Baltimore from the 20. They've gone from the 20 to the 20. 1st and 10 as they enter the red zone. Handoff J.K. Dobbins, and 3 yards. On 2nd and 6, Jackson to Mark Andrews. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6 now for the Baltimore offense, knocking on the door. Nice, simple play action pass on the RPO, and tight end in the flat. 1st down, Baltimore. Raiders do in fact kick a field goal because it wasn't a touchdown. Raiders and Browns now tied at 3. 1st and goal, Baltimore from the 6. Jackson out of the gun, gonna fake the give to Gus Edwards. Is gonna keep it for himself, and it looks like he gets in, but he might be short right at the 1. See where they spot the ball. He's gonna be short. It'll be 2nd and goal now for Baltimore at the 1-yard line. Sneak it. Sneak it in, but they'll... Oh, big hit from, I believe that's Minka Fitzpatrick on Lamar Jackson. Elbows in the end zone, but it was his left elbow. Ball was in his right arm, so the ball wasn't across the goal line, so to speak, in the end zone, but now it is. He hands off to Gus Edwards, and Gus Edwards in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens, as they take their first lead this afternoon. It is now 13-7, pending the Justin Tucker extra point, and Pittsburgh cannot stop the run today. The Steelers, not whatsoever, cannot stop Baltimore's rushing attack by Lamar Jackson, Gus Edwards, who's turned into the number 1 because Mark Ingram's not playing, and then J.K. Dobbins as well. Tucker on for the extra point. Raiders and Browns tied at 3. Sorry for any type of difficulties by any means. But Baker rolling out far side. It looked to be complete. However, they roll it incomplete. 2nd down and 10 now for Cleveland from the 25.
The race is never over. Journey has no port. The adventure never ends because we are always on the way.
This is Nest Audio from Google. But to someone who wants to bring a little bounce to their house.
Hey Google, play this on all my speakers.
It's the Google Whole Home Funkifier. Introducing Nest Audio from Google.
Something's not right. You're not right.
I need a smaller TV or a bigger house.
Larry, why are you in the dining room?
Man, I can't watch that big old TV that close.
No, why are you in our dining room?
Italian Rocky Mortgage can help you plan for a bigger home. From down payments to closing costs, it's easy to explore what fits your budget.
I think we need a bigger place. Good idea.
Thank you.
If you need a home to fit the whole season, Rocket can.
Whether you're curling or crunching, running or riding, lifting or lunging, balance it all out with some ice cold serving and enjoying.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Lowe's. We put the home in home team. Chick-fil-A nuggets, always freshly breaded and perfect for dipping. And by State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So many of the stars of the game that participated in this rivalry that now, if you go all time, regular season, 971 points to 971. Jim, that's a typo. You guys actually did actually put the same number up there. That's amazing, isn't it?
Back from commercial following the Raven touchdown. It's 14-7. Ravens now on top of the Steelers. We're also tied at 3 with the Raiders and Browns. Something's got to give with these two teams starting out the way they have this season. Last time Pittsburgh was 4-5 and then 6-0. They've gone to the Super Bowl and won. Ravens, likewise, same with them, with their 5-1 record. Ben gonna go deep down the near sideline, has a man incomplete intended for Deontay Johnson. And the Steeler defense on the sideline getting into it with each other. Take it out on your opponent on the field rather than on each other. And stop the run, make some stops, and hopefully on offense they can do something and get back in this game. 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. 14-7, Baltimore on top of Pittsburgh. Out of the pistol, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Claypool in motion. Ben going to hand off James Conner. He's going to pick up a first down out past the 40 to the 43. His best run of the afternoon. First down Steelers. Coming up at halftime, first half stats and scores from this game and from around the league. Buffalo leads New England 7-3 as they are nearing halftime. We also got Cincinnati on top of Tennessee 10-7. First and 10, Pittsburgh from the 43. High snap. Ben gets it down, hands off James Conner again. He picks up about 6 to the 49. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the black and gold on offense.
I think he has great vision. You know, when he gets to see it that back there, you get that ball very quickly and deeper. He's got that jump cut. We keep seeing.
So far, Juju has not been targeted in this game. Roethlisberger 4 out of 9 for 24 yards. Second in the league. Since week 2 behind Derrick Henry is gone.
Out of the pistol, Ben going to hand off again. James Conner, he's going to lose a few yards. Back to 3rd and 7. Miami now leads the Rams 21-7. Got a late flag. It's starting to get chippy. We'll see what this dirty laundry is. Refs over there talking with the Ravens. It might be a sideline warning after a late hit of some sorts, but it also could be against Pittsburgh. I don't know. I didn't see anything by any means. We just saw late flags come in after the play. It was Deontay Johnson and Marcus Peters, of all people, pushing and shoving each other. And then a headbutt from Marcus Peters. And then Deontay Johnson grabbing onto his face mask. And then Deontay Johnson gets tackled by another Raven defender. And we'll probably have offsetting penalties. They'll replay the down. Or it'll be 3rd and 7 still for Pittsburgh after the 3-yard loss. Hell, we might have a few ejections. By the way, they're talking. The ref had to, back the hell out of the way. Almost stumbled. Yeah, you don't put your hands on an official. If an official got, pushed or whatever happened, honestly, overall, somebody's probably going to get thrown out. Because they are, once again, taking a while to talk this out. And normally, when they're writing stuff down to get it right, you know something's up.
Offsetting them doesn't deter this today. Now the contact against the official could be will completely be ruled on differently and added to whatever foul they have initially. So there could be 2 fouls on this play because the foul against an official will always stay, can never be offset.
See Johnson grabbing Peters.
There are multiple fouls on the play.
Multiple fouls. We got a personal foul, necessary roughness on both offenses and defenses.
Number 99 of Baltimore intentionally contacted an official. He is disqualified.
Number 99. That's Matthew Judon, I do believe, for Baltimore. He's been thrown out because he touched an official. That's a 10-yard penalty. Pittsburgh will keep the ball. I believe it'll be 3rd down, if I'm not mistaken. But Matthew Judon has been ejected. He has been thrown out as he made a little contact there with an official. And he's going to walk out. He doesn't care. He just threw his helmet to the ground, walks off into the tunnel as he gets an early shower this afternoon. Okay, automatic 1st down for Pittsburgh after the penalty. I don't know why I was thinking it'd still be 3rd down after all that. First and 10 for the Steelers. Ball at the 38-yard line. This is the furthest they've been downfield here in today's game. Claypool in motion. Out of the gun, Ben's going to hand off. James Conner. 3 yards for him. It'll be 2nd down. Vikings coming back. Tying it up on the road against the Pack. Chiefs extend their lead as well against the Jets, but they're playing the goddamn Jets. They're going to go to 0-8 after today. You can put a win in that column before that game even began. Well, you could put a win in that win column 10 years ago. For God's sakes. Even if Mahomes and the Chiefs, would be good right now or not. Like, normally, you just can tell who's going to win matchups regardless of who's playing. Button a gate on the bat down. 3rd down and 7 for Pittsburgh. Something's got to give. You got to get something going on offense. Can't run the ball. False start. Jesus Christ. 3rd down and 12. Come on, David DeCastro. You know better. I don't even think it was on 66. I think it was on Okafor. No, it was on DeCastro, the right guard, 66. So now 4th down and 12 for Pittsburgh, or 3rd down and 12, excuse me, for Pittsburgh. They'll probably have a 4th and 12 after an incomplete on this from the 40 or no gain on a halfback draw. But both teams still have all 3 timeouts, so Pittsburgh is going to throw here on 3rd and 12, you would think. Ben looking to throw and get rid of it. Don't take a sack. Well, don't let go of it and fumble it either. So he just tucks it and falls down, so it's going to count as a sack. Maybe even a strip sack for that matter, but he recovers. Clock's going to continue to roll. Baltimore's going to get the ball back, up 7, 14-7 at home against the Steelers. They have all 3 timeouts here with going to be about under 4 to play here in the first half. Jordan Berry on to punt once again for the Steelers.
He was in on it, and Gakwe was in on it a little bit. Boyd was on it, and then Berry will try to pin him. Coach Shea stands at the 10.
High snap from the long snapper. Jordan Berry gets it down though, gets it off. Fair catch signal forward by Baltimore at the 8-yard line. So First and 10 Ravens from the 8, up 7 with 3:44 to play in the first half. Both teams, all 3 timeouts remaining. Rain, snow, and sleet now coming down in Cleveland. The Raiders on the road taking on the Browns, tied at 3. This will be coming this way and then down towards Baltimore overtime this afternoon. Whether or not it sticks and affects how these games go, we'll find out. But double commercial once again following the punt, and then a review on a previous play. So previous play under further review in Cleveland for the Raiders and Browns. Tied at 3. Baltimore leads Pittsburgh 14-7.
Until one day I became an optometrist that watches a lot of football. That's made for football. Watching. Mom is back. Let's all laugh together a lot. The Mom season premiere, Thursday, 9/8 Central on CBS.
This is concerning as the elbow that was surgically repaired last year is being massaged on the sideline by the team doctor, Dr. Jim Bradley, and this is the end of that play. Roethlisberger recovered his own fumble.
That's a big deal, and that's kept him out for a year.
Baltimore first and 10 from the 8, following a Steeler punt. 4 yards for Gus Edwards to the 12. Second down and 6 for the Ravens. They lead by 7, 14-7 here in the second quarter. Really snowing now in Cleveland. Raiders and Browns tied at 3. And it's coming in. Weather playing a factor with Raiders and Browns tied at 3. Derek Carr on a keeper. They don't have any timeouts. They're trying to spike it as the clock ticks down. Trying to get some points before halftime. Lamar Jackson, in the meantime, carrying the ball like a loaf of bread and fumbles, but recovers his own fumble. Picks up a first down in the process. So first down Ravens at the 2-minute warning. Raiders with some good clock management right there. Tied at 3. They've missed a field goal, but also Daniel Carlson good for one as well. They spike it with a few seconds. He's on to kick another field goal.
They look the same.
As the Raiders try to extend their lead. Heading on into halftime. See if he gets iced.
Yeah, they kind of feel bigger.
And the rain, sleet, and snow. Kick's going to be up and good. So the silver and black at halftime on the road lead the Cleveland Browns 6-3. Baltimore 14-7. on top of Pittsburgh.
This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell Optimum.
Brush aside the doubters, the naysayers, the noise. Oh, and lint. You're not ready for gray, so brush it away in 5 easy minutes. Just for men, mustache and beard. Be the better man you are, and look the part.
It's so good to see you guys. Hon out here.
Are we on yet?
I thought we were doing a Zoom thing.
Confused?
No.
Maybe you just need a Snickers.
Subway and the NFL celebrate youth athletes at the top of their game with the 3 freshest plays of the week from NFL flag football. Got moves? This kid has them all. He spins. He scores. And in our top spot, this kid takes off with the ball and the game. That's this week's freshest plays, presented by Subway, fueling a new generation of youth athletes everywhere. Now, back to the game.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light. When game days are go, there's a Bud Light there. And by Duracell Optimum.
The Verizon halftime report. James Brown on the field. Nate Boomer and Coach Cowher have all the scores and highlights. Coming up on the Verizon halftime report, including Tua's debut. The Dolphins leading the Rams late second, 21-7.
2 minutes to play in the first half. Ravens ball, 1st and 10, up 7 on Pittsburgh. Jackson going to keep it once again. Picks up about 4, maybe 5 yards. It'll be second down. 2nd and 6 officially.
Being looked at on the sideline, that left knee stretching it a bit. Seems to be okay. And then just an update on left tackle Ronnie Stanley. He's officially out with a left ankle injury. And right guard Tyree Phillips remains in the locker room with an ankle injury. And just on Ben Roethlisberger, he is on the bench right now, stretching, flexing that right hand, having some discomfort. Not a great grip right now, but it looks as though we'll get some more information in his
Injuries this afternoon. Jackson with another interception. Joe Hayden picks off Jackson, as Robert Spillane did earlier on the 3rd play of the game for a pick 6. Pittsburgh going to get the ball back. Down 7. Very good field position. Ball hit the ground, it looked like, but he still caught it and maintained along with controlled possession as he came down with it. It's an interception on the field, so of course they have to find undisputable video evidence to overturn that. Previous play is going to be under further review. We're under 2 minutes here in the first half, so it's coming from up above. No challenge, but if Pittsburgh does in fact get the ball back, they'll have
See a case for that being a pick. Ball's coming out and it bounces back.
rolling on the field is an interception, so we'll see what they say. I mean, it's going to be tough because he does catch it, but then the ball hits the ground as he comes down with it, but he still maintains and controls possession. It's probably going to be overturned, and Baltimore's going to keep it. They'll have a 3rd down, but if Pittsburgh gets it, 1st and 10, right on the outside of the red zone, 3 timeouts, down 7, a minute and change, cut it before halftime. A quick review, so it's either going to stand or, in an instant like this, it's not that hard to see that it was incomplete. Ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. It's overturned. Baltimore keeps it 3rd down and 6, but okay. See what Pittsburgh does on defense here. If they can make a stop, well, okay, you burn one of your 3 timeouts right now before 3rd down to make sure you're set, which I can understand, but wouldn't you rather have 2 timeouts than 1? If you do make a stop here, call another timeout, make Baltimore punt, get the ball back, and then drive and still cut it before halftime?
The crew, coach, Nate, Boomer, but the Dolphins.
It's all going to depend, of course, what happens on this third down. 3rd and 6 for the Ravens after a Steeler timeout. Coming up at halftime, I'll have first half stats and scores from this game, along with from around the rest of the league as well, so stay tuned. Got a few games now at halftime. A few games nearing halftime. A few games as well already beginning the third quarter. From the 27, empty set out of the gun for Lamar Jackson. J.K. Dobbins in motion. He's going to fake the give, keep it for himself. Ravens pick up a first down. Okay, now if I'm Pittsburgh on defense, let the clock run. Baltimore 3 timeouts. They control the clock now. We'll see if they extend their lead now before halftime. If they can continue to run the football the way they have. Because Pittsburgh can't stop it whatsoever. But timeout Ravens, they'll have a 1st and 10 when we return after a quarterback keeper from Lamar Jackson. They needed to stop there on defense. They didn't get it. Hopefully they can keep him out of the end zone. Hopefully they can keep him from putting any more points up on the board, you know, rest of this half or the rest of the game for that matter, but of course that's not going to happen. 14-7 Baltimore. First down after a timeout.
Keeps this drive going that began back at the 8. They have 2 timeouts to play with. 1:09 before halftime.
Justin Tucker getting warmed up on the sideline. Both teams 2 timeouts. I'd bring some pressure, but you probably want to stay back so they can't beat you deep. But you can't stop the run though either. You know? So, out of the pistol, complete to Willie Snead, the 4th near side. He gets about 8 yards before being shoved out of bounds. Flag comes in late. Got some trash talk. Getting chippy. I mean, this is old school Steeler Ravens today. First place in the AFC North on the line. Undefeated Pittsburgh taking on 5-1 Baltimore. An illegal shift on the Ravens. Back them up 5 yards, they'll replay the down. Illegal shift. 5 yards. They'll replay first down. And they're going to add a few seconds back on the clock.
Snead ended up making the catch. They'll be taken off the board.
So you have to get set when you move up like that. The other guy can't go in motion while you are. If he does, when you're both moving, you both have.
Actually, they don't add a few more seconds. They keep it 1:06, 1st and 15. Ball at the 30. Out of the pistol, Jackson going to hand off. And Gus Edwards picks up about 10 to the 39, 40, or excuse me, that was J.K. Dobbins. 2nd down. Yeah, you got about 9.5 on that. Jackson pump fakes, eludes the sack, gets rid of it, complete to Willie Snead. First down Ravens, 41 seconds. They call another timeout, I do believe, stop the clock. So 1st and 10. Up 7, trying to extend their lead before halftime. We're at the half with the Raiders and Browns as well. So coming up at halftime, first half stats and scores from this game and from around the rest of the league. So stay tuned.
2 yards on the number 1 defense.
Well, that's the crazy part is just
and rushing for 167.
You know, the most they've given up this year was 104. Pittsburgh in rushing. It's like they just did that and killed it in the first half. They averaged 61 yards in the rushing game. I mean, what Baltimore's doing today is just really outstanding. I mean, nobody does this in Pittsburgh. And you know, this is like them last year. If you remember, they won by yard differential. Greg Roman came in, started James Nelson and Harbaugh, and they won by like 1,400 yards with the yard differential at the end of the year. This year they were only at like 40. And so this is really seeing who they can be.
Jackson after a timeout, 1st and 10, just gonna throw it away out of bounds, incomplete, 34 seconds to play, 2nd and 10 Baltimore.
That's tough because Watt's as good as anybody at running down quarterbacks.
What a visit we had with him last night. Just listen to the way that
He loves football, knows it.
the way he breaks it down, the way he's listening to the quarterback cadence, how he's picking up on all the little details. JJ told him his rookie year, just listen, and you'll learn so much. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Jackson intended for Mark Andrews, incomplete once again. It'll be 3rd down and 10. 30 seconds to play. Pittsburgh still 2 timeouts. If they can hold them here, force a punt, call a timeout. You'd have to drive the length of the field with 1 timeout in 20 seconds. Where, honestly, they'll probably just end up taking a knee anyway if they do get the ball back, so we won't get into that by any means. But Jackson complete to Willie Snead. He's going to be right there at the 1st down marker. Raven drive going to continue by the looks of it. They're going to mark him right at the 1st down marker, 1st down Baltimore. So now Pittsburgh definitely not getting the ball back before the end of the half. That's 1st down. From the 45. Jackson out of the gun, going to fake the give to J.K. Dobbins, brought down at the 41. Ravens going to call their 3rd and 7. Justin Tucker's got a leg. We've known that. He's one of the best kickers in the NFL.
If you walk up to that line of scrimmage and you just hand it off for a clock, you still have enough downs. You're only going to get one more play.
To be safe, I'd still want to get at least another 10 yards.
17 or 16.
Because you have 21 seconds, because you don't want to kick it now and give Pittsburgh the ball back, even though they probably won't do anything on offense. They'll just take a knee, head on to halftime. You don't have any timeout. The sideline's your friend if I'm Baltimore. Run a few out routes. I'd want at least another 10 yards to be safe, honestly. Especially on second, because even with all the missed kicks, whether they're short, medium range, or from long distance, and you're a good kicker or not, it's just been one of those years for the kickers. So they hand off. Dobbins going to pick up a 1st down to the 31, so they get almost that 10 yards. You got to get over there and spike it, though. You don't have any timeouts. Clock ticking down. 6, 5, 4, 3. Jackson with the spike. Clock stops. Justin Tucker going to come out for a field goal to close out the 1st half. Seen both games that I'm currently watching, Raiders and Browns, actually just kicked off in the 2nd half. So they're ahead by about 20 minutes or so. Very, very good clock management by both Raiders and Ravens. Able to spike the ball, bring out field goal unit to kick the field goal before halftime. This from 50 plus from Justin Tucker. Kick gonna be right down Broadway. Up and good. Ravens at the half.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country. With it covered,
John and me, but our own children were in harm's way. As the father of a soldier, Joe Biden understands that. As president, Joe will honor the sacred.
Ravens lead the Steelers once again, 17-7 at the half. Sorry for any technical difficulties with the buffering, disconnect, and reconnect. Pittsburgh on offense can't get anything going. Defense can't get off the field. Only points they have to show for is on the 3rd play of the ball game. It was a pick 6 from Lamar Jackson, as the pass was intended for Devin Duvernay, picked off by Robert Spillane, 30 yards to the house. Pittsburgh led 7-0. Ravens then tied it up to 7. took a 14-7 lead in the second quarter before Justin Tucker just hit a 50-plus yard field goal to close out the first half as the Ravens once again lead 17-7. At the half, 17-7 Ravens on top of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lamar Jackson along with Big Ben Roethlisberger meeting for the first time today. Jackson is 7 of 14 for 84 yards passing. One touchdown to Miles Boykin, also has that interception to Robert Spillane. However, Lamar Jackson also has 10 carries for 54 yards rushing. J.K. Dobbins leads the way, though, rushing for Baltimore, as the Ravens as a team also almost have 200 total rushing yards against the Steeler defense in the first half. J.K. Dobbins, 8 carries for 69 yards. Gus Edwards, 10 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. And then Jackson, as mentioned, 10 carries for 54 yards. Willie Snead, 3 catches for 50 yards. Miles Boykin, 2 of 20 in a score. And then Mark Andrews, 2 catches for 14 yards. Steelers on offense. Ben Roethlisberger is 4 of 10 for 24 yards passing in the first half. James Conner, 9 carries for 42 yards. They can't run, they can't throw, they can't do anything on offense. Defense can't get off the field. Chase Claypool, 2 catches for 17 yards. Eric Ebron, 1 of 7. Juju Smith-Schuster has not even been targeted. Conner has a drop, along with Eric Ebron. Really haven't gone to Deontay Johnson or James Washington either, so somebody's got to step up. They got to figure something out. They got to just once again start over, run the football, open up that play action, and hopefully the defense will continue to keep them in the game, but they can't get off the field. So keeps up. Baltimore already with a 10-point lead at the half at home. It might be a little difficult for Pittsburgh to get back in this game, but we still got 30 minutes of football to be played. Some games early third quarter. Bills lead the Patriots 14-6. Raiders lead the Browns 6-3, as do the Colts over the Lions 20-7. Vikings on the road against the Packers lead 21-14. Chiefs 21-9 on top of the Jets. And then just nearing halftime, Dolphins 28-7 on top of the Rams with Tua Tagovailoa starting at quarterback. However, at the half, Ravens along with the Bengals both lead the Steelers and Titans respectively by the same score of 17-7. And that's it for the 1 o'clock games. Still to come today, Chargers and Broncos along with Saints, Bears, 49ers, Seahawks, Sunday Night Football, Cowboys, Eagles, Monday Night Football, Buccaneers, and Giants. Thursday Night Football, the Falcons on the road to Charlotte to beat the Carolina Panthers 25-17. Let's check in on Tua Tagovailoa. Tua starting at quarterback for Miami. 5 of 11 for 34 yards passing and a touchdown, and then also has a carry for 2 yards. So, defense helping out there. They're running the ball extremely well, it seems like, helping out their young rookie quarterback. So, Miami 28-7 in a shocker against the Los Angeles Rams.
I'll give you a 9.7 on the pronunciation. How about this? Only 4 completions in this game, and Dalvin Cook has got 3 touchdowns from the Minnesota Vikings. They lead 21-14. Dalvin Cook, 18 rushes, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. This just happened moments ago. He's got a long of 37. Aaron Rodgers 11 to 12, 78 yards and 2 DTs. Very exciting game right there. I'm going to tell you right now, the Baltimore Ravens are imposing their will on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Baltimore running the ball extremely well. Pittsburgh can't stop it. Defense can't get off the field. Steeler offense can't do anything, and here we sit at 17-7. There's not much else to say. There isn't. I mean, we've had a few turnovers, but Baltimore, even with an interception and a fumble, compared to Pittsburgh's one fumble, they still lead by 10 because they can't run the ball. Ben can't get rid of it. They can't stop Baltimore on defense with the rushing attack. Defense can't get off the field. And then Tucker just extended it to 10 prior to halftime, heading into halftime, I should say, with that 50-plus yard field goal. So 17-7 is where we stand at. Ravens lead the Steelers at the half.
They're not going to go to the Super Bowl or be a champion just throwing the football. Let's run it. But they're physically dominating, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
179 yards worth of domination. Yep. Yeah, and you think about it. If you don't have Mark Ingram, most teams would say, all right, we can really beat up on this offense. The Baltimore Ravens say, no problem, man. We got Dobbins. We got Gus Edwards. And here they are. We got some guys that can really run down your throat. And what do you do in a rivalry game? You hit a team where you don't think that you can. Impose your will, man. That's exactly what they're talking about. You see Dobbins right there and right here. These are the ones that really hurt, Coach. You know this. You get a big run down the gut where the strength of the defense is supposed to be, and then once Lamar breaks that contain that we talked about, the Steelers that they need to keep, this is where you really start to wear down the defense. Rivalry game, ugly weather, ugly game. You got to muck it up. And right now, the Baltimore Ravens are doing a better job of it.
They absolutely are mucking it up. And I'll tell you, they've lost a little bit of discipline right now in this game. And for the Baltimore Ravens, they lost their left tackle, their right guard, but they have not panicked. They've not deviated from the running game with Lamar Jackson. And again, he puts a lot of pressure on you. Still another half to go right now. I'd love to see Ben just open this thing up. Go no huddle at this point. Get something infused.
Ryan Coyle got Phil right into a Tagovailoa, the Verizon halftime.
Oh, well, thanks. That's a 9-point.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
This season, watch football when you want. Every snap from every game, now at a lower price. All the plays in just 45 minutes. And learn from the players. NFL Game Pass, where football never stops. Go to NFL.com/Game Pass to start your free trial.
This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Welcome to Week 8 of the NFL on CBS.
Browns with another field goal. We got a field goal contest in Cleveland with the Raiders and Browns tied at 6 midway through the third quarter. There's a few games that are far ahead, very fast-paced early this afternoon with the 1 o'clock window. But for the most part, yeah, some of these only at halftime right now. Going to go a little past 4 into 4:30, just by how they normally play out. But, I mean, you very rarely see an NFL game under 3 hours. They're on the verge of having a few of those today, if it keeps up. I mean, midway through the third quarter, at not even 3 o'clock, like, just some, fast-paced play that, okay, we're going to continue to move the ball, try to stop us, and, if not, we're just going to be trading shots back and forth, and, get it to the fourth quarter, and whatever happens, happens. But see what the Raiders can do here on offense. They're going to get the ball back. Tied at 6 in a slugfest on the road against the Browns.
And this is your kind of truck. Then this is your month. Ford Truck Month. Now, get great deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 43 years.
Returning lessees get a 2020 F-150 for $299 a month for 24 months, plus a complimentary 2-year maintenance plan. Visit a neighborhood Ford store dealer near you.
More means more at Courtesy Kia. More selection of Kia cars, Kia minivans, and Kia crossovers. More savings and more value for your money at Courtesy Kia. For even more access, browse online 24/7 at courtesyaltoona.net.
Victory tastes amazing. McDonald's. I'm loving it. Want to stay up to date? Just tell Siri, show me football scores.
The rivalry continues. We're about ready to begin the second half. Pittsburgh back deep to receive as they won the toss, deferred to the second half. They kicked off, third play of the game. Lamar Jackson picked 6. Pittsburgh led 7-0. However, since then, Baltimore has controlled the game with the running, and they lead 17-7. At the half, Justin Tucker on to kick off. We'll have a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Steelers from the 25-yard line. Down 10, 17-7 as we begin the third quarter.
Well, Jim, we saw Ben Roethlisberger having that elbow looked at before going into the half. I spoke with Mike Tomlin. They had a chance to look at him. He was throwing like normal out on the sidelines, encouraging an offensive line. So he seems to be okay. And in terms of the defense and giving up all those
Pittsburgh gonna open up with an empty set, 5 wide. No running back in the ball game right now for the Steelers, so air raid offense for Pittsburgh. Completed the 40-yard line, 1st down Pittsburgh, as Juju Smith-Schuster gets to the 49-yard line, and then he hugs it out with Marquise Hollywood Brown, who's had a quiet afternoon today too. 1st down Steelers. So Juju not targeted at all in the first half. First play of the second half, 25 yards on the passing catch. 1st and 10 Pittsburgh. Another empty set, 5 wide, trips top of your screen, right to left for Pittsburgh. Across your television screen, radio and audio dial. Ben on the slant, incomplete, time for Chase Claypool, 2nd down.
Baltimore's going to get their hands on these receivers. They're not going to let you throw the ball quickly. The only time is Claypool on a couple slants. Otherwise, you've got to get the ball down the field. You saw it on the first play. Pump right for the shortstop. Throw behind people to Smith-Schuster.
Pick up the tempo a little bit on offense. They go no huddle,
which I like. I mean, the reality is Baltimore as good as anybody at blitzing will go no huddle. That's when you're getting your chances for a one-on-one ball.
Second.
Bowser seeing more time with Judon being ejected in the first half. Ben's completed one of his last 7. Throw to Smith-Schuster coming in more up.
Pittsburgh 3rd and 10. Ben deep down the near sideline. That's pass interference. Where's the damn flag at? Pass intended for Deontay Johnson. Jimmy Smith on the coverage. And no pass interference or defensive hold on the Ravens. Oh, come on. He's holding them for 15 yards. That's a bad no call. Complete miss. Jesus Christ. Throw the damn penalty flag. Pittsburgh on to punt. Browns tied at 6, 2nd and 4 for the Oakland, LA, Vegas Raiders from the 33. First down to the 21, complete. Derek Carr to Hunter Renfrow.
Can't always stop for a finger stick. With the Freestyle Libre 14-day system, a continuous glucose monitor, you don't have to. With a painless 1-second scan, you can check your glucose with a smartphone, so you can stay in the moment. You can do it without finger sticks. Ask your doctor for a prescription today. And if you join the My Freestyle program, you can try the Freestyle Libre 14-day system for free. Learn more at myfreestyle.us.
This year, Walmart's turning Black Friday into deals for days. Starting Wednesday, November 4th, score deals on
Derek Carr going to hand off. Josh Jacobs, he's going to get about 4 yards. It'll be second down again for the silver and black.
I did just find out that I need a kidney transplant.
You have 2 kidneys, right?
Yeah.
Why do I need 2?
You don't?
Well, then guess who's getting a kidney? Kidney buddies for life.
Be Positive series premiere Thursday on CBS. Mom is back. Let's all laugh together. I love it. The Mom season premiere Thursday 9/8 Central.
It's been a kicking contest for the brand. Field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal. Along with a missed field goal. So it really should be 9-6 Raiders. We'll see if these offenses can turn up the heat in the cold on the shores of Lake Erie in Cleveland. As it was raining, sleeting, snowing again. But, I mean, it's not like we haven't had any good plays. Offenses have been able to drive, but drives have just stalled in field goals. Alex Highsmith, the rookie backer out of Charlotte, with an interception. Lamar Jackson with 3 turnovers now today. 2 interceptions and a fumble. That's for sure an interception this time. Last one ended up being incomplete to Joe Hayden, plus the pick 6 on the 3rd play of the game. So Pittsburgh going to get the ball back. 1 play after a punt. Following another Lamar Jackson interception, Steelers right on the outside of the red zone, knocking on the door. 1st and 10 from the 21 now. Ben Roethlisberger out of the shotgun. He's going to hand off James Conner. Conner gets 4 yards, 2nd down. Empty set, 5 wide, 2nd and 6 from the 18 for the Steelers. Ben looking to the throw, stepping up. It's going to be caught. Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. The Steelers have now capitalized off of both Lamar Jackson interceptions. One was a pick 6. 2 plays later on this one, Ben Roethlisberger to Eric Ebron from 18 yards out for 6, pending the extra point by Chris Boswell to make it a 3-point game. A simple crossing route for Ebron, the tight end over the middle, wide open, and he walks into the end zone. Some busted coverage by Baltimore on defense. Boswell for the extra point, up and good. Steelers cut it to 3. Ravens lead 17-14 with 13:21 to play here in the 3rd quarter as we just began the 2nd half. If you're just now tuning in, thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions play Steelers Ravens. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. The links in the description below. That thumbs up button. Share as well on social media. Hashtag NFL. Hashtag Steelers. Hashtag Ravens. Hashtag PIT versus BAL for Pittsburgh versus Baltimore as well. Chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. Got a flag on the play as well. Too many men on the field for the Raven defense. Pittsburgh, keep it, don't go for 2, keep it at 3, take the extra point, because if you go for 2, you're not going to get it. Even though the Steelers like to go for 2 a lot. No. Take the extra point, keep it at 3, kick off. Because you take the 5 yards on the kickoff. It's not like it's not going to be a touchback though. So yeah, no, they're just going to take the extra point. Keep it at 3, 17-14, because you don't know if that's going to come back and bite you. You know, you might need a field goal late to tie it up to force overtime, rather than down 4. You need a touchdown then if you take this off the board and go for 2. 12 men on defense for the Ravens. Okay, so it was before the snap, so the kick was never made legally. So they have to replay the down, replay the extra point. Still 17-13. Steelers are still going to kick it, and hopefully Boswell can still make this to make it 3 again. They'd still not want to go for 2 because you don't know if you're going to get it or not. But at the same time, with the way all the missed kicks have gone this year, you don't know if that's going to be a surefire thing though either. But knock on wood, don't want to jinx it by any means, but now we say it. Here we go. We'll see what happens. It's always in situations like this where, you know, it hits the fan and we'll see what happens. Because after all this, if he misses, I swear to God, like, come on. Mike Tomlin talking it over with the officials still.
They can slow this game down just a little bit more. There's a couple of games almost going, look, there's a game going already in the 4th quarter in Cleveland. I didn't know we were going to have the doubleheader game today.
Boswell once again on for the extra point. Kick up and good once again, so 17-14 Ravens on top of the Steelers as they capitalize off another Lamar Jackson interception. It's a little too early for a Renegade, or any sticks for that matter. It's early 3rd quarter. It's not the middle of the 4th. Even though some games are nearing the end of the 3rd and beginning the 4th quarter already. So I was saying earlier, just a minute ago, these other games that aren't at halftime or early 3rd quarter, very high pace this afternoon for some reason. And normally you don't really see that, but hey, stuff happens and here we are. So, touchdown Raiders, Derek Carr to Hunter Renfrow for 6. They extend their lead once again. We'll see what Baker and the Browns do on offense when they get the ball back. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
Part of the irresistible scent collection from Gain.
So 17-14 Ravens. They'll get the ball back again, following a interception and then Pittsburgh touchdown. And they're going to look at the touchdown by the Raiders. Previous playing for the review once again. It's 12-6. But they're going to take a look at it. It's a touchdown on the field. It looks like a touchdown, so I think it'll stand, but you never know. We'll get back to the action and both games momentarily. So once again, thank you for tuning in and watching.
But when you have a truck covering over 300 miles, or you have flights going hundreds of miles, it's a bit more challenging. We are letting the data guide us to the best solution. It's inspiring to try to solve a problem that nobody else has solved. That's super exciting.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here to make dinner time a little easier. Meal times can be overwhelming, especially when you're trying to work, parent, and help with the schooling all at once. So let us help with KFC's $20 fill-ups. It's like a home-cooked meal you don't have to cook. Drive-thru's open or get contactless delivery.
The NFL on CBS.
take advantage of the giveaway, cash in with the touchdown. The Ravens all season had only surrendered 10 points.
Pittsburgh on to kick off. We're going to have a return from the 6-yard line. Devin Duvernay out past the 25. Big hit by Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh able to capitalize off of the Baltimore turnovers, and it's a 3-point lead for the Ravens here in the third quarter now. Ebron in his first season with Pittsburgh, a slow start, but he's coming on strong as of late the past few games. He's been playing better. They've been getting the ball to him more, and rightfully so, as he's turning into the number one tight end. Still got to run the ball better with James Conner. He's been the only back today. No Benny Snell, no Tony McFarland. Another update after a 3-yard run by the Ravens. Patriots on the road in upstate Western New York, taking on the Buffalo Bills, tying it up at 14. 14 apiece with the Pats and the Bills. Yeah, if New England loses today, they're probably done for, honestly, because you're not going to start out 2-5 and then win out, finish 11-5 and make the playoffs. Especially with another 2 months of football still to be played. Maybe if they, can get to 8-8 or even 9-7, hell, even 10-6, and then depending on how the rest of the AFC shakes out, I mean, if they play some good football, make a run, I mean, the Patriots could still make the playoffs. They honestly still could. We'll see, though. They got to win today, though, for sure, especially against Buffalo on the road. They'll play on a Monday night, late December, after Christmas, I do believe. Pass over the middle, incomplete on 3rd down and 5. 4th down to come for Baltimore. On to punt once again. Pittsburgh going to get the ball back. 11:55 to play in the third. Down 3, 17-14. The Patriots, Bills in Buffalo today. They'll play in New England, I do believe, Monday night after Christmas. We'll have a Christmas Day game in the NFL once again this year. It'll be Vikings-Saints. Steelers are going to play on the Monday night before Christmas on the road in Cincinnati. They'll play the Bengals at home in 2 weeks as they play Baltimore on the road today, at Dallas next Sunday, and then Cincinnati before going to Jacksonville and then hosting Baltimore on Thanksgiving. But still a lot of football left to be played overall next 2 months as we're into November now, for both college and the NFL for that matter. So that's why they play the games. That's why they play the games. Pittsburgh 1st and 10. Out of the gun, 3 wide. Handoff to James Conner. He's going to get about a yard or so. 2nd down.
First time ever they've been on the same field with Ben missing the games last year against the Ravens. Talking about the 2 quarterbacks, Lamar and Ben. Lamar, the reigning MVP of the league. And Ben, meanwhile, in his 17th year, you know how many votes he's gotten for MVP in his career?
0.
250. 0. He's never gotten a vote for MVP in his career.
That's a great season, too.
Trips near side on 2nd and 9 from the 24 for the Steelers. Ben gonna be complete at the 38. And Eric Ebron once again stepping up. 1st down Steelers. They're starting to air it out a little bit better. If they can keep this pass game up and then get back to the running game, finally run the football today, be balanced, try to at least punch it in. I mean, this is somewhat a good drive right now. A few 1st down pickups. At least get some points. But Antonio Romo just drew something on the screen that I won't say what, but you can use your imagination. Deep near side, incomplete, intended for Ray McLeod. Flag on the play. They're going to get a pass interference on somebody. Not Barry Bonds. Pass interference on the Raven defense. Spot foul, automatic first down for the Steelers. That's a good call. That's a make-up for the one they missed earlier. I mean, it's been split, though, down the middle. I think it's been pretty even on the penalties. I mean, they're actually, you know, letting them play, calling a good game. I mean, we did have one player ejected, but he touched an official, so. Empty set, 5 wide, 1st and 10 now for Pittsburgh from the 42. If they don't get points now on this drive, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Ben, complete near side. Chase Claypool, I believe that's his first catch of the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. He's had a, well, no, he had the catch earlier that he fumbled on then. So, I think it's his first catch since then. But, now they're trying to at least air it out evenly and be balanced. Empty set, 5 wide. Baltimore looks to be bringing pressure. Only bring 4 though. Ben gonna once again air it out, complete the 25-yard line. Chase Claypool, first down Steelers. Update on Fox during Raiders-Browns of the Steeler-Raven game with that Roethlisberger passing touchdown to Eric Ebron. 17-14 is where we stand. 1st and 10 Steelers once again. Yeah, that's probably true. This has to be their best drive of the afternoon so far. And like I just said, if they don't get points off of this, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Pump fake. Ben going to get on a sack, though, back at the 33-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and a mile. Oh, he had a man wide open at the 10-yard line if he wouldn't have been brought down in the sack. He got another second or so to throw. Step up in the pocket and air it out. They'll run here on 2nd and 17. It'll be a draw. No? Maybe a screen. Okay, a screen near side complete. James Conner. He's going to break a tackle. Picks up about 12 yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 5, depending on the spot. And, I mean, you would think a pass is coming, but don't be surprised they're running on 3rd down and 5 and then settle for a field goal. Chiefs blowing out the Jets. Le'Veon Bell has to be happy. He's playing for a winning Super Bowl defending team, for that matter, now, rather than the soon-to-be 0-8 goddamn New York Jets. 3rd and 4 officially from the 19th for this. Out of the gun, trips in a bunch, top of the screen, right to left. Ben gonna go over the middle, caught, 1st down. Steelers once again to the 12-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster. 1st down, Steelers. This might be their best drive since early in the first half last week against the Tennessee Titans. I mean, if they can take the lead back here mid-3rd quarter, control the time possession, defense continues to get off the field, stopping Baltimore on offense, get the run game going in the 4th quarter, don't look back, and get out of Dodge with a win. Hand off to James Conner. He's going to lose about 3 yards back to the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. Out of the empty, slant over the middle, caught the 5-yard line, and then Juju gets down to the 1. First and goal, Steelers from the 1-yard line. Pick up a 14 on 2nd and 13. Very fast, quick bullet pass from Ben Roethlisberger to Juju, and then he almost gets in the end zone for a touchdown. Watch for a bubble screen to actually play clock winding down. We'll see if they snap it. I'd call timeout. Get set. Get it right. Timeout, Pittsburgh. Okay. That's not a bad timeout. It'll be first and goal. 5:41 to play in the third. Steelers call their first timeout. Down 3. I'd sneak it from the 1. I mean, Ben's, how big. You don't want to run a first and goal from the 1 out of the gun with a fade or another quick slant, because you've been running a few slants on this drive. They know it's going to be coming. So I said maybe watch out for the bubble screen. They haven't run that since early on. But also now under center, just hand it off. Maybe an end around. Fake to give him the end around, hand off. James Conner, touchdown Steelers, right up the gut. And the Steelers retake the lead here midway through the third quarter. 20-17 pending another extra point. 14 unanswered, 13 for the time being since halftime. Following a Lamar Jackson interception once again, and then a Baltimore punt that Pittsburgh just drove, I believe 80 plus if I'm not mistaken, and put up 6. Boswell for the extra point. 21-17 Steelers now on the road, on top once again of the Baltimore Ravens with 5.5 to play in the third quarter. Now they need to get the run game going. If they can get this run game going, get the defense the hell off the field, they should be able to control the rest of the game and pick up a win and get to 7-0 before going to Dallas next Sunday to take on the Cowboys. But we'll have to let the last 15 minutes, this final 15 minutes, play out and see what happens, of course, before we get to next week. But on back-to-back drives in the second half here in the third quarter, they've looked better in both of those drives than they did all first half. Minus, of course, on the third play of the game, the pick 6 from Robert Spillane on Lamar Jackson. So, other than that, in the first half, they couldn't do a damn thing. Here we are now, 14 unanswered. Pittsburgh leads 21-17, middle of the third quarter, with Ben Roethlisberger having a passing touchdown to Eric Ebron, and then James Conner a 1-yard rushing touchdown up the gut. So, overall, as time goes by, it's a team effort, of course. There's no I in team. It's been a good team victory to this point. I get the game's not over by any means. Still, 20 minutes of football to be played, but in all aspects, especially those past 2 drives, defense getting off the field, actually doing something on offense now, scoring points. They're playing well in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and even in special teams. Because even after that little confusion there with the penalty after the last touchdown with too many men on defense, and then they threw the flag, and it was before the snap, so they had to re-kick. Decided to re-kick rather than go for 2. Good decision, because if not, you don't get it. 17-13, you still score, kick the extra point, 20-17. And then Baltimore's only down 3. They tie it up, force overtime at some point if we get there. But it's a 4-point deficit. for the Ravens is 21-17. They need a touchdown to retake the lead, win it if it gets to that point. If we stay still for the remaining time in this game this afternoon, but if only Pittsburgh can run the ball on offense when they get it back and get the defense off the field with a 4-point lead, third quarter here, I mean, they should be fine because they're playing well now in all three phases in my eyes, offense, defense, and special teams. So something's got to give. We'll see what happens, but a touchback on the kickoff. Ravens getting the ball back down 21-17 once again with 5.5 to play in the third quarter. Thank you once again for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Keep those chat questions and comments along with super chats and super stickers coming on through as well. First and 10, Ravens from the 25. High snap from the center to Lamar Jackson. He's going to pump fake, spin around in the backfield as if he's playing a video game because that's all he knows how to do. 2-yard pickup for him, second down. They say a yard, so only second and 9. Tail of two halves. Tail of two halves right now. Yeah, Baltimore can't run the ball, and Lamar Jackson can't make plays. They're up shit creek without a paddle because Pittsburgh's defense, when the time has rolled around, making some stops now. But they haven't gone to Hollywood Brown at all. Miles Boykin only has the one catch for a touchdown. They're continuing to run Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, but a few injuries up front on the offensive line. Baltimore's got to do something down 4. But still a lot of football to be played. Still a lot of football to be played. Third down and 5 from the 30 for Baltimore. Pump fake. Jackson over the middle. Gets rid of it. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Fumble. And then the Steelers are going to recover before it goes out of bounds. But we'll see what they call here. Robert Spillane almost recovered that. Didn't have full possession, so they say, when he recovered it and then went out of bounds. It was a catch by Mark Andrews, and then he got the ball jarred loose, and then the ball is going to be taken back to the spot of the fumble, first down Ravens, because Pittsburgh didn't fully recover the football on the fumble. And I'd take a look at that maybe. His arm's out of bounds though by that point too. I'd throw a challenge flag if I'm Mike Tomlin, but the thing is, too, you already took a timeout. You don't want to have only one timeout in the final 18 minutes that you just play on. You have a 4-point lead on the road. Let it go. I mean, you probably want to win it, anyway, so. Second down for Baltimore after a few-yard pickup by Dobbins. Second and 8 from midfield for the Ravens. They trail by 4. 3:10 to play in the third quarter. Lamar Jackson on the throw. And big hit on the screen. Intended for Gus Edwards. Pittsburgh has the ball. It's incomplete, but just to be safe, they picked it up. It wasn't going to be a fumble. But a huge hit by Alex Highsmith, who has an interception today. A little too high for Gus Edwards, and then he gets leveled. Like Philadelphia Eagle on Reggie Bush type of 8 now for Baltimore from midfield after the incompletion. Jackson going to be brought down in the backfield on the RPO as he faked it to Hill. And then T.J. Watt right there to bring them down. 4th down. Ravens, they're going to punt again. Pittsburgh going to get the ball back up 4, 21-17 with a few minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Finally get the run game going. Defense is off the field, so check, check, check. But still got to run the football, control the rest of this game for the most part, hopefully. And thought he was going to fake punt there for a second. Took a second on the punt after the snap, but gets it up and away. Ray McLeod on the fair catch. It'll be 1st down Steelers when we return. 21-17 Pittsburgh as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. But run the football. They aired it out well on their first 2 drives here in the second half. 14 unanswered as they were down 17-7 at the half. So you got to be balanced, but you got to have a good running game though too. So run the football, air it out when they're not expecting, and then go from there. In the meantime, in the other game, Raiders on the road against the Browns. Weather a factor with some rain, sleet, and snow. 2nd and goal after Josh Jacobs couldn't get in from the 1-yard line. Derek Carr, as he handed off to Jacobs, trying to jump over the pile, didn't get in. 13-6, Silver and Black. I mean, if they go up 20-6, hell, they're already midway through the 4th quarter. Raiders going to go on the road and pick up another win. Up and down, but very quiet, sneaky season for Vegas in their first year in Sin City. That's a touchdown. That was a touchdown. They mark them short again at the inch line. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Raiders. Hey, run. You might as well run it again and then run it again on 4th and goal if you don't get in. But you have a 7-point, 13-6 lead. You kick the field goal from the 1 to go up 10 because you're already midway through the 4th quarter. But if you don't get on 4th and goal, you got to make them drive the length of the field to tie it up. Carr hands off again. He didn't get in that time. So now 4th and goal. Old Chucky John Gruden's got a decision to make from the inch line. Why don't you sneak it? Sneak it with Derek Carr. Coming back from commercial, Pittsburgh on the road, getting the ball back against the Ravens, 21-17. A lot of good close games once again here this afternoon. But yeah, Ben in the first half, 24 yards. Not even 15 minutes into the second half, he has over 100 passing yards. And Tony McFarland now in the ball game. Hand off to him. He picks up about a yard. Wonder why Benny Snell's not playing. McFarland going to come out for a play. Flashback, Raiders and Browns in the playoffs back in, what year is that? 1980s, so they say. And then, yeah, that might have been during Kenny Stabler's Super Bowl run. Here comes Daniel Carlson for a chip shot. They took a delay of game to back him up to the 6-yard line to give him, some wiggle room for this field goal to go up 10. Kicks up and good. It's been a kicking contest all afternoon. And then they had the one touchdown a little bit ago. But the Raiders extend their lead to 10. It's 16-6 Raiders on the road against the Browns with a whole lot of time left in the 4th quarter. So 3rd down and 9 for the Steelers. Pass near side, complete to James Conner. He slips and falls. They can't even move the ball now. And the Ravens are going to get the ball back. They didn't even have the ball for a minute and a half. Jordan Berry on the punt. Pittsburgh going to give the ball back to Baltimore, and Ravens all 3 timeouts down 4 with a minute here in the third to play. If they can control early fourth, get the lead back, Pittsburgh's going to be in a situation where, okay, 2 timeouts as Berry gets the punt up and away. Going to be fielded from the 31-yard line. That's a block in the back, but no flag. Return out to the 48, 1st and 10 Ravens from there. 56 seconds to play in the third quarter. But Pittsburgh, if that would happen, would be in a situation where, okay, they'd probably have, some time, but then I get still in 2 timeouts. It's not like they want to be able to drive, but the situation wouldn't be as good as probably what it should be. Long story short overall. So defense has to make a few more stops here, get off the field again, and then they still got to find their run game on offense. But a 4-point lead, I'll take it. Late third quarter, trips in a bunch for Baltimore, top of your screen. Lamar Jackson going to hand off for about 3 yards to that's Gus Edwards once again, and we'll probably another play here before the end of the third quarter. But then I'll do it for the third, and then we'll get into the fourth, and whatever happens at that point happens, and Pittsburgh's either going to go to 7-0 and then take on the Cowboys next Sunday, or Baltimore is going to give Pittsburgh their first loss of the season and get to 6-1. Both teams would be 6-1 at that point. Ravens, with the head-to-head win today, would be in first place in the AFC North before they meet on Thanksgiving night at the end of the month. 2nd and 8 from midfield, empty set 5 wide. Jackson going to be sacked again back at the 42-yard line. And now that's officially the end of the third quarter as well. At the end of 3, the Pittsburgh Steelers lead the Baltimore Ravens 21-17. 15 minutes of football left. Pittsburgh's still going to make a few more plays on defense and then get the run game going. But Ben's got to, be able to air it out when needed too. If, or when, I should say, well, back, they will, it's just a matter of when. But coming down to the wire once again. It's always like this with Pittsburgh and Baltimore, regardless of when they're playing or where they're playing at. So we've even had some overtime games recently with these two, so I'm not going to rule that out by any means. 24-24 would be the realist possibility right now. Pittsburgh kicking a field goal and then Baltimore tying it up at 24 apiece with 15 minutes to play. But like I said, these teams have met Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday night, regular season, playoffs. It always comes down to the wire. And regardless of who is playing for either team, it has been one of the best, if not the best, rivalry in the NFL over quite some time. And here we are once again today, coming down to the nitty-gritty. And tale of two halves. Third play of the game, pick 6. Pittsburgh's up 7-0. Other than that, Pittsburgh couldn't do a damn thing in the first half. Still can't really run the ball, but Connor has the 1 touchdown. Defense couldn't get off the field. Ben couldn't throw either because they couldn't run, because they couldn't block. So it all adds up. It all equals itself out eventually, at the end of the game. But Baltimore, even with the 3 turnovers from Lamar Jackson, they were up 17, 2 turnovers in the first half, interception and a fumble, where Pittsburgh capitalized off the one, couldn't off the other. And then Pittsburgh even fumbled, but Baltimore couldn't capitalize. They were still up 17-7 at the half, because Justin Tucker kicked the field goal heading into halftime, 17-7. And then the third quarter was all Pittsburgh, it seemed like, because Ravens just got shut out in the third, 14 unanswered by Pittsburgh, and here we go, beginning of the fourth quarter. Faces of the rivalry, there's Ben Roethlisberger, Ray Lewis, of course, Hines Ward, Tripal Malu. I mean, Jamal Lewis comes to mind for me. I mean, Baltimore running the ball with him when they had Jackson going to go deep down the middle, has a man wide open to the 20-yard line. And Devin Duvernay, first down, Baltimore. First play of the fourth quarter, Jackson from Jackson, Mississippi to the 20-yard line of M&T Bank in Baltimore, Maryland. First down, Baltimore Ravens. Wide open. How the hell did you let a receiver get that wide open? Out of the pistol, Jackson going to hand off Gus Edwards. Big stop by Robert Spillane. He's played well in absence of Devin Bush past 3 games. Stepping up in the fourth quarter once again today. You can hold him to a field goal, okay, I'll take it. Even if you give up a touchdown, offense has been playing well in the second half here in the third quarter, now early fourth. Last drive, not so much. They couldn't move the ball. Quick 3 and out, but there's still time. You 2 timeouts, you know, knock on wood, you should be all right. But 2nd and 12 now from the 20 for the Baltimore offense. Bud Dupree bringing some pressure off the edge. Jackson eludes a sack. Scamper up the middle, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown Ravens. How the hell do you let that happen? However, there is a flag on the play. This could be coming back for a holding, and he knows it. It's going to be a holding on the Raven offense. 10 yards, they'll replay 2nd down. That's a big penalty.
Just had a rough time on a couple of these pass plays because he's getting one-on-one. You know, we talk about all the time. Pittsburgh.
See if it was a hold by any means or not.
Right here, you'll see trying to hang on.
Questionable. I don't understand if they were upset at that. Second and 22 for Baltimore. Yeah, Jamal Lewis comes to mind. Ray Rice, of course, too. I mean, Baltimore at the quarterback position. Kyle Bowler, Steve Air McNair, Joe Flacco then for a while before they brought in Lamar Jackson. Complete to Willie Snead, 1st and goal now, Ravens at the 6-yard line, so they don't care about the 10-yard holding on a touchdown run. Let's back it up, 2nd and 22. Jackson's going to find Snead wide open over the middle, too. Man the hell up and quit playing damn zone. Stop him. Snead has to have near 100 yards receiving on maybe 5 catches. So I don't know how many big plays today. 1st and goal from the 6 out of the pistol. Jackson going to keep it again. Brought down by Bud Dupree, though, at the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
They had 3rd and 14. That's when they had the 39-yard play to begin the quarter. And 2nd and 22, they pick up another huge chunk. And now they're trying to go back in front from 3 yards out. 2nd and goal.
Watch for Hollywood Brown, Antonio Brown's cousin. Brown should be suiting up tomorrow for Tampa Bay against the Giants. They have not gone to him whatsoever today. Jackson about to air it out, and what do you know? They go to Hollywood Brown. Back corner, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. 3rd and goal. That's a catch, 1 in, and then the left drags right out of bounds, a second too late. And I just didn't say that, you know, hey, this play just happened. No, like, that was how many seconds before they snapped the ball? He's wide open. How? That's like 4 times. Baltimore's going to challenge that, and I mean, they have 3 timeouts, so they could waste one here if they lose it. 12 minutes on the dot to play. That's close. They called it incomplete, though, on the field. So they have to find undisputable video evidence to overturn it. That's tough. That's close. But they're in a situation where they're down 4, and it very well could be a touchdown to take the lead. And if they play good defense, hold Pittsburgh, they win. So a good challenge, but I don't think they're going to win it. We'll see, though, after the commercial break. But Pittsburgh on defense, I mean, that's like I just said, 3 or 4 wide open targets. How do you let somebody get that wide open on back-to-back plays? Like, come on. But if you don't, you know, play zone, and I mean, I get somebody's going to get open, but you still got to man up at the same time. But Jackson, with his legs, he can run. I mean, he just beat you on a whatever it was down to go before the holding brought the touchdown back. He almost has to have 100 rushing yards. Stat-wise, I mean, Baltimore's your winner. But Pittsburgh in the third quarter, passing the ball better, 14 unanswered, took the lead in the fourth. Baltimore trying to respond here with 12 minutes to play, but something's got to give. We'll see what happens. Browns down 10, ball at the 19. Baker Mayfield over the middle, incomplete in the end zone. And now it'll be 4th down. They are now also at the 2-minute warning. So, Raiders-Browns, they kicked off at the same time Steelers-Ravens did. They are at the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter, whereas in Pittsburgh and Baltimore, 12 minutes late. Probably a few games final by now already, too, because there's a few games that were just flying by. By the time this game got to overtime, those were midway through the third quarter. So, a few games ending in less than 3 hours, which is very unusual on an NFL Sunday. Call's going to stand. So Baltimore loses one of their 2 challenges, loses a timeout, wasn't clear enough to overturn it. That's probably the best shot they have right there, but it was an incomplete pass on the field, so they didn't think they had enough to overturn it. And it's going to be now 3rd and goal, Baltimore, from the 3-yard line, out of the gun, 3 wide for Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore. In the end, there's Brown wants to touchdown Raven.
Once said, "You're not a Raven until you beat Pittsburgh." There's all these kinds of things that have been said through the years. John Harbaugh one time told us it reminds me of Michigan, Ohio State. Bruce Arians, when he was an offensive coordinator for the Steelers, once told us it's like Ali Frazier. Roethlisberger says it's his least favorite.
Browns on for a field goal to cut it to 7 with under 2 to play. Kick's going to be no good. No good. I'd say if that was good, yeah, kick the onside kick, but that's ball game. Browns probably going to back. Raiders are going to go on the road and win by 10. 16-6 in a field goal contest, plus a touchdown by the Vegas Raiders. And even with 4 field goals, we've had 2 missed field goals. So weather playing a factor. But the Ravens now, as we're in a dogfight, it's 24-21 Ravens on top of the Steelers.
And he said, find out what your feature is going to be. Write your story. Just
First and 10, Steelers from the 20 after the kickoff. Empty set, 5 wide. Ben going deep down the near sideline. Chase Claypool, what a catch. No, he dropped it. Incomplete. Dropped the last second. Flag comes in, though, late. Marcus Peters on the coverage. This might be a late hit on Ben Roethlisberger. It's been chippy all day. They've been trash talking, and rightfully so. It's, you know, the rivalry with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. No foul for a late hit on Ben. Let me see a replay. That's a good no call. Well, and then you had the other hit after he went down, but they pick it up, so yeah, probably good no call. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Ben over the middle. It's going to be caught. What a catch by Eric Ebron, and he tries to hurdle a man that wasn't there, and he picks up about 7.5, maybe 8, depending on the spot here. It'll be 3rd down and short. 3rd and 2 officially for Pittsburgh. Down 3. Once again, 24 to 21. Back and forth now in the second half, entering the fourth quarter. Third and 2 from the 28. Ben stepping up. It's caught. And Ray McLeod. And then a late flag for a face mask. Tack 15 yards onto that. Pittsburgh going to have the ball around midfield, as McLeod was brought down around the 35. Personal foul face mask on the Raven defense. 15 yards, automatic first down. So ball should be around midfield. It should be spotted right at midfield, actually. So penalties now playing a factor. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, that's clear as day. He pulled on the face mask. Of course, you can't do that. A football helmet face mask for everyone in 2020. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from midfield. Ben out of the gun once again, empty set. Gets rid of it. It's caught. And that's Juju Smith-Schuster for about 4 yards. Should give him forward progress. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Another update during Raiders-Browns of Steelers-Ravens. So 24-21 is where we stand with Baltimore leading Pittsburgh, and then the Raiders are going to beat the Browns. Which is honestly a big win, especially on the road, and the way this game's gone with all the field goals, and then the 2 missed kicks, and then the weather playing a factor with the rain, sleet, and snow. Cleveland at 5-2. Raiders coming off a Buccaneer loss. Beat Cleveland, who's played well this season. A big win. Pass complete to Juju Smith-Schuster once again. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard for Pittsburgh. Under 10 to play. Trips in a bunch near side. Play clock winding down. You better get it off. Bubble screen complete to Juju. He's going to pick up a 1st down. All right. Continue to move the sticks. Now, since you're on the right side of the 50, inside the 40, new set of downs. 1st down after that 3rd and 1 bubble screen completion to Juju Smith-Schuster from Ben Roethlisberger. Work the clock. You're down 3. Both teams have 2 timeouts. You work the clock. Get the run game amped up a little bit. They're going to go empty once again, 5 wide. Roethlisberger looking to throw. He pump fakes. Gets rid of it. It's going to be caught and then dropped. 10 for Claypool once again. Late flag comes in, though, from the secondary. And another pass interference by the Baltimore Ravens. Automatic first down for the Steelers. The Bills just beat the Patriots. New England falls to 2-5. So Steelers-Ravens is now bonus coverage for other games. The Chiefs are blowing out the Jets, as are the Colts on the road against the Lions. The Raiders are going to beat the Browns. We got 8 minutes and 18 seconds to play. Ben Roethlisberger complete to Juju Smith-Schuster for a first down, 1st and goal Steelers. From the 8, Ben pump fakes, caught, touchdown Steelers. Chase Claypool back in the end zone near side as the Steelers once again retake the lead. 27-24 with 7.5 to play. As now it seems like whoever has the ball last is going to win this game. Oh, my. Pass, 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 pass. Empty every play, no running.
Thanks again for the Rogers rate on my insurance. There's no Rogers rate. State Farm just has surprisingly great rates. I won't tell anybody, okay? When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
They'll have to go for 2 to tie it up. Bonus coverage once again, as mentioned, with Minnesota and Green Bay. These two teams met week 1 in Minnesota. After they met in Minnesota right before Christmas last year on a Monday night. But now back. That's a touchdown for the Packers. I don't know why they're taking this long to look at it. Okay, call reversed. So they originally said no. But then they looked at it, it's reversed. That was actually for 2. So it's 28-22. Vikings on top of the pack with 2:42 to play. Onside kick maybe. Minnesota is awaiting that. Now they're going to squib it. So Vikings field around the 12-yard line, go down around the 21. Cousins and company will have first down and 10 from there. Bonus coverage on Fox following Raiders, Browns. We have Minnesota leading Green Bay 28-22 in the fourth quarter. However, Pittsburgh just retook the lead on the road against the Ravens. 28-24 with 7:29 to play.
It's close.
That was last night, Tony Romo. Sure you weren't
I see what you did there.
A little surprised that you weren't howling out of the full moon.
Yeah, gotta love him, guy. Still fighting a good fight, doing a great job staying young.
And we'll be producing Super Bowl 55 this year.
Now 1st and 10, Ravens. Time possession, honestly, now split down the middle. Option near side. Jackson gonna pitch it to, that is, I believe, Gus Edwards. No, J.K. Dobbins, 27. 2nd down. Refs having an issue here with the football, but after pickup of 7, 2nd down and 3 for the Baltimore Ravens. Chiefs defeat the Jets. The Jets are now 0-8, an absolute disgrace to the NFL. Bills also beat the Patriots. Jackson going to hand off again. That's Gus Edwards this time around. He picks up a 1st down, about a 4-yard gain for him. 1st down, Ravens.
That's what they did in that first half. Going back to that, you know how big this game is going to be on Thanksgiving. Like we said, this game's going to come down to the last possession. It almost does, very seldom does it not. Even though it didn't feel like it in that first half, did it? It felt like Baltimore just run away with it.
Out of the pistol from the 36, another option near side. And another 9-yard, maybe 10 for J.K. Dobbins. We'll see where they spot the football. 9 yards, or actually more so 1st down after that spot.
Start running outside and create a new line of scrimmage.
This AFC North, though,
2nd and 1.
They would have matching records with Pittsburgh, and of course would have beaten here head-to-head. But if Pittsburgh will win, they could be looking at trying to distance themselves, at least for the time being. The Browns probably came in today 5-2 and lost.
J.K. What I said earlier, if Pittsburgh wins, they go to 7-0. They'll be in the lead in the AFC North. Baltimore wins. Both teams are at 6-1. Baltimore in the lead then until they meet on Thanksgiving. And then whoever wins that game, more so than not, is probably going to win the division, with the other making the playoffs as a wild card. But Pittsburgh still has to play Cincinnati twice, and then they still have to play Cleveland on January the 3rd. So still a lot of football. 1st and 10, another run, another big 1st down pickup for Baltimore to the 30-yard line. Now it seems like they can't stop the run once again, just like the first half. Baltimore almost had 200 total rushing yards in the first half, for God's sakes. Now they're getting back to what they know works, and they're trying to retake the lead.
Whoever's there, kind of take them. And all of a sudden, that's what creates a big hole, because you're not used to that.
1st and 10. Jackson going to pitch it once again on the option far side. Good blocking up front. J.K. Dobbins, another 1st down run. Jesus Christ. 4 minutes to play. If I'm Pittsburgh, well, we have a whistle. Somebody probably called timeout, or somebody's probably injured. If I'm Pittsburgh,
It really does. I mean, how many plays? 39 plays versus 47 by Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh led the league in time of possession coming in, but it hasn't been the case here today.
Oh, there's been so many penalties too on Baltimore. They just made the game feel like they're up there a long time. So they plays over and over.
Cam Hayward down for Pittsburgh. Not a good sign right there. But if I'm Pittsburgh on defense, do I let the Ravens score? And then you get the ball back, 2 timeouts, 3 and change to play, plus a 2-minute warning, down 3 to tie it up then to force overtime, or score and win it. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. From the 15, another run from Jackson. He's going to get to the 12 for 3, 2nd down and 7. 3:43 to play. They brought up Pittsburgh's defense has been on the field all game. Yeah, no shit. I've been saying that all day. Like, come on. They can't stop the run. Credit to Baltimore. Pittsburgh cannot stop the running game today. 2nd and 7. They're going to snap it with Austin, 3:16 to play. Willie Snead in motion, another handoff to J.K. Dobbins. He's going to get a few yards. It'll be 3rd down from the 10. 3rd and 5 from the 10, under 3 to play. Big play right now. If Pittsburgh can hold them to a field goal, still lead by 1, they'll have the 2-minute warning, 2 timeouts. Then they have a decision to make. Baltimore does. Field goal, or onside kick, excuse me. After field goal here potentially. Or do you kick it deep and play defense? 3rd and 5, Jackson looking to throw. He's going to tuck it and run, and then a big stop. He's brought down after a 2-yard gain. So 4th down and 3. One, if I'm Baltimore, I hurry up and kick it. Are they going to go for it? They're going to take this to the 2-minute warning. If they were going to kick it, I'd hurry up and do it before the 2-minute mark, because you still have the 2-minute warning plus 2 timeouts. You're going to kick them onside, kick them at the 2-minute mark, and then potentially score and win if you get it. Or if not, you still have 2 timeouts, you could potentially get the ball back. But with 2 minutes to play, the Steelers lead the Ravens 28-24. Baltimore has a 4th down and 3 from the 8-yard line. John Harbaugh has a decision to make. You go for it, score and win, give the ball back to Pittsburgh with under 2 and 2 timeouts, down 3. Pittsburgh needing a field goal to tie it for overtime, or a touchdown wins it. Or do you kick it right now? Down 1, onside kick, hope to get that, get the ball back, field goal wins it for you. So, a big play on 4th down and 3 coming up right now out of this commercial break for the Baltimore Ravens at the 2-minute warning.
This year, Walmart's turning Black Friday into deals for days. Starting Wednesday, November 4th, score deals like an $88 42-inch on Roku TV and get them in our new deals pickup. Let's end the year saving bigger.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
The best way to get the new large 3-topping $10 tastemaker is also the easiest. With contactless curbside pickup, let us know when you're here without ever leaving the safety of your car. No, how Pizza's the Hut.
It looks like Baltimore's going to go for it on 4th and 3. The Ravens offense staying out on 4th down and 3 from the 8. Empty set, 5 wide. Watch for a quarterback draw. 2 minutes to play. Quarterback draw by Jackson. He's brought down. A 4th down stop by Pittsburgh. He even fumbles, I think, and Pittsburgh recovers. But regardless, he was short of the line to gain. Didn't pick up the 1st down. The Steelers defense holds. And the Steelers are getting the ball back up for 1:54 to play. Baltimore can only stop it twice. Pittsburgh doesn't even really need a 1st down. This game is over. Was it Robert Spillane again? Watch a quarterback draw. What did I say? Lamar Jackson, quarterback draw. 2 yards, didn't get a first down. Yeah, he even fumbled too, and then Pittsburgh recovered. And Spillane was the one who recovered the fumble. It was Vince Williams and Minka Fitzpatrick on the stop. And then Spillane with an interception earlier, a pick six on the third play of the ball game, recovers the game-winning fumble recovery on a 4th down stop by the Steeler defense on the road against the Ravens. Pittsburgh going to take a few knees here, it looks like. I mean, you want to run it, honestly, but don't do anything stupid. You hold on to the damn ball. And if Pittsburgh wins here, knock on that wood, 7-0 to start off the year in 2020. And then these two teams will once again meet on Thanksgiving night. That'll be November the 26th. Three weeks from Thursday. James Conner on the run. Now you run the ball. 3 yards for him. Baltimore's going to call a timeout. They are going to need a first down because Baltimore has the 2 timeouts. They'll stop the clock. You pick up a first down, game's over. But even if you don't and you punt with little or no time left, make the Ravens drive the length of the field, they need a touchdown to win it. And more so than not, you very rarely see that happen. So Vikings are going to beat the Packers 28-22. The Bengals just beat the Titans 31-20. So Minnesota and Green Bay going to split the season series. Green Bay won week 1. Rodgers taking a hard hit on the final play of the ball game. Minnesota with a 6-point road win. Their second win of the season. Green Bay's second loss of the season. Ben 2nd and 8 from the 9. Empty set 5 wide, 1:52 to play. Colts also beat the Lions. Ben on the slant complete. Deontay Johnson for 7. He's going to be a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1, 1:46 to play. Good call, actually, run the slant on 2nd and 8, pick up 7. Pouncey looking at his right knee. Ben checking in on him. Should be good to go. Steelers take on the Cowboys next Sunday from Dallas. Live reactions, play live right here on YouTube of that as well. So be sure to subscribe and tune back in. But gives Pittsburgh a 3rd and 2 officially. First down is going to win it. Baltimore can't stop it anymore. They just called the 3rd and final timeout. And that challenge that they had earlier on that touchdown that they ended up scoring on a play later, coming back to bite them because they lost the challenge and lost the timeout. Third and 2. You would think Pittsburgh's gonna run it right here, but watch out for a tight end in either Eric Ebron or Vance McDonald. Handoff from Ben to James Conner. He's gonna be stuffed. Okay, so 4th down. Pittsburgh's gonna have to punt. They can take this clock the whole way down to 58 seconds. Call timeout. Hell, even delay a game. Punt the ball. Baltimore is going to have to drive the length of the field. They score a touchdown. They win. So under a minute to play. Timeout Steelers. They lead by 4. 28-24. Couldn't pick up a first down, so they're going to have to punt and rely on the defense once again for another stop to pick up the road win. They get the 7-0. And then we'll have to see what the Ravens do on offense, of course. But once again, coming down to the final minutes, and whoever has the ball last wins. Well, looks like Baltimore is going to get the ball back here. They run a fake punt. I think all of Steeler Nation is going to lose their gas. If they were so close to the field with a little less time remaining, I wouldn't be shocked. But a 4th and 2 from inside the 20, you punt the damn ball and you make them drive the length of the field with no timeouts and under a minute to play to beat you. And if they beat you, they beat you. Jordan Berry need a good punt. He gets it up and away. It's going to be fair caught at the 37-yard line. So the Ravens will have a 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. They need to go, 63 yards to win it, 52 seconds to play. Down 4, it's 28-24 Pittsburgh on top of Baltimore. Some 4 o'clock games now getting underway. Chargers and Broncos along with the Saints and Bears. Dolphins are going to beat the Rams as well. Jackson going to be sacked, but he gets rid of it. He throws it incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 48 seconds to play. Jackson on 2nd and 10 dumps it off over the middle. It's caught by J.K. Dobbins. He's not going to get a first down. It'll be 3rd and 2. Clock's going to continue to roll. Hayward on the stop. 35 seconds now and counting. Ball at the 45-yard line. Another empty set 5 wide for the Ravens. Under 30. Jackson on a quick slant over the middle. It's dropped by Mark Andrews. Incomplete. 4th down and 2. 26 seconds to play. Potentially the final play of the ball game. Jackson led him a little too far. Pass was a little too quick as well. Over the middle, incomplete. From the 45, 4th down and 2 for the Ravens. Jackson. Bud Dupree getting after him over the middle. It's caught at the 32 by Willie Snead. He's going to be brought down inside the 25. They need to get up there and spike it. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. And then we got a Steeler defender back down injured. Cam Hayward. Pittsburgh does have a timeout, so they'll probably have to be charged with that. He was injured a little bit ago, though, too, so I'm not necessarily thinking, even though Baltimore is, he's doing that on purpose. Willie Snead has to have almost 200 yards receiving now, for God's sakes. He's been the go-to target for Lamar Jackson this afternoon. And now Cam Hayward, they're looking at his left leg, it looks like, as he's laying on his back at the 40-yard line at the other end of the field. Baltimore's going to have a 1st and 10 with 8 seconds from around, the 22-yard line? Are we going to have a 10-second runoff by any means? Yeah, Pittsburgh's... Cam Hayward being booed off the field, of course. They're thinking he's doing it on purpose to stop the clock. But Baltimore was dragging, from behind, trying to get up there and spike the damn ball, too, so... This is close. This is probably as close as Steelers-Ravens has ever been. I mean, I've seen game-winning field goals with these two before, but a game-winning touchdown, potentially? I don't think so. But maybe hopefully I should say, the Steeler defense can bring Steel Curtain down once again to get to 7-0. Baltimore's going to win it with a touchdown. There's 8 seconds to play. Neither team has any timeouts left. It's 28-24 Pittsburgh on top of Baltimore. 1st and 10 and ball at the 23-yard line, potentially now the final play of the ball game. Jackson going deep. It's going to be incomplete far side. So They're going to have another shot at it, 5 seconds, 2nd and 10. And we're going to have one play. For the win, Pittsburgh's either going to get to 7-0 or Baltimore is going to give them their first loss, and both teams are going to be 6-1. 5 seconds from the 22. It is 2nd and 10 for Baltimore. Pittsburgh brings 4. Jackson over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete, knocked down. Steelers win it 28-24 on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Pass was intended for Willie Snead. Incomplete, no penalty flag. Steelers are 7-0 with a 4-point win on the road against the Ravens, 28-24 once again. They'll meet on the 26th of November, Thanksgiving night in the Steel City. Harbaugh and Tomlin, post-game handshake. Good coverage by Pittsburgh. Very good coverage, but Jackson still almost threaded the needle and hit Willie Snead for a touchdown right at the goal line. And that would have won if he would have came down with it because the time expired. But the Steelers win 28-24 after being down 17-7 at halftime, not being able to do a damn thing in the first half. Had a pick 6 on the third play of the ball game to go up 7. It was then 17-7. Special teams was key for a time, but when it came down to it, Baltimore got shut out in the third quarter. Pittsburgh opened it up with Ben Roethlisberger. A few touchdowns for him this afternoon. Defense finally got off the field in the second half, even though they still couldn't stop the run all game. But when it came down to it, on the final play of the ball game, the Steeler defense makes the biggest stop of the season by far to this point, with the game on the line, and the Steelers win on the road against the Baltimore Ravens 28-24 once again to get to 7-0. The Steelers will head to Dallas next Sunday around this time, where I'll have live reactions play-by-play of Steelers Cowboys live right here on YouTube, so be sure to tune in. Week after, they'll host the Bengals before going to the Jaguars, and then on Thanksgiving night, November the 26th, we'll get Steelers Ravens 2.0 in 2020 on Thanksgiving night. I'll also have live reactions play live right here on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe and tune back in. But today, the Steelers beat the Ravens 28-24. First half and final game stats for Pittsburgh and Baltimore, along with some final scores from around the NFL.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
America Decides special coverage Tuesday on CBS.
Final game stats in a losing effort. Once again, sorry for any technical difficulties. Lamar Jackson was 13-29, 208 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He also had 16 carries for 65 yards rushing. However, J.K. Dobbins led the way for Baltimore, had 15 carries for 113 yards. Gus Edwards also had 16 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown. So overall, as a team, Baltimore had 47 carries for 265 and a score. Pittsburgh could not stop the run. However, Pittsburgh won the game. Willie Snead had 5 catches for $1.06. Devin Duvernay had 1 catch for 39. Andrews, 32. Miles Boykin, 2 at 20. And then J.K. Dobbins also had a catch for 8 yards. Pittsburgh, Big Ben Roethlisberger defeating Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens this afternoon. In the first meeting between Ben and Lamar, because Ben was, of course, hurt all last season when Pittsburgh and Baltimore faced off. Pittsburgh's first win against the Ravens in a little over a year. Roethlisberger was 21-32, $182, and 2 touchdowns. James Conner had 15 carries for 47 yards. Touchdown, yes, it was from a yard out. They need to find a running game. Juju Smith-Schuster, 7 catches for 67 yards. Eric Ebron, 4 catches for 48 yards and a touchdown. Chase Claypool also had a touchdown on 5 catches for 42 yards. And then James Conner also had 3 catches for 13 yards. as well. So those are final stats. Dolphins beat the Rams 28-17. Steelers once again beat the Ravens 28-24. Bills 24-21 over the Patriots. Bengals 31-20 over the Titans. Raiders also beat the Browns 16-6. Colts 41-21 over the Lions. Vikings with that bonus coverage defeated the
On the road, beating your rival to stay undefeated in a fashion like this.
You know, it's not always pretty, but we find a way to get it done, and I'm just so happy for these guys, so pretty cool.
Yes, you are 7-0, and this defense, top 2 defenses in the league coming in, and then the
However, right now, Big Ben Roethlisberger being interviewed by CBS, Tracy Wolfson. Not always pretty, but find a way to pull it out, and a win's a win. 7.
So it was really fun to get everyone involved. We kind of spread it out and did some different things, and a lot of guys got involved, so it was pretty fun.
Go enjoy this win. Thanks a lot.
Back to more highlights. Tennessee Titans, Cincinnati Bengals. Surely the Tennessee Titans will roll in this one. No, not the case. The Bengals will roll into the Titans. That's Giovanni Bernard. That was the second TD of the day.
Some more highlights from earlier contests, but that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions played live right here on YouTube of Steelers and Ravens. Steelers with a 4-point 28-24 win on the road. They'll meet on Thanksgiving night once again. The Steelers.
Joe, only 249 yards passing, kind of like an off day for you with the way you've been slinging it of late. But just tell us where your confidence level is right now.
I'm very confident. You know, things are moving pretty slow for me right now.
Steelers at 7-0 for the first time since 1978. They'll take on the Dallas Cowboys next Sunday. Hopefully they'll tune in. Steelers with a 28-24 win this afternoon on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. See everybody next weekend for more live reactions play of college football and the NFL. Links in the description below. Like, follow, and subscribe. Steelers with a 4-point 28-24 win over the Baltimore Ravens.